We can start. Sure, ma'am. So, a very refreshing good morning, everyone. On behalf of Speaking Cube, I, Sneha Bhardwaj, HR and consultant at Speaking Cube, warmly welcome you all to the second and final day of our fifth international conference on emotional well-being through AI, a transformative approach. So, we all have enjoyed the sessions yesterday, and today is the day of workshops and in-depth knowledge. Let's make the most of this opportunity and utilize every moment to enhance our understanding of how AI is revolutionizing the world of mental health. So, without further delay, let's welcome our first eminent speaker, Mrs. Shikha Chamoli Sinha. Mrs. Shikha is a data scientist and data analytic engineer. She completed her MTech from IIT Bhubaneswar, her second MTech from Illinois Institute of Technology, and a specialization in data science from the University of California, Berkeley. Mrs. Shikha has worked with various organizations, with her latest role being at Meta. Today, Mrs. Shikha will enlighten us on the future of AI at the global level and their potential to shape the future, particularly in the areas of mental health and emotional support. So, please welcome Mrs. Shikha Chamoli Sinha. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you for the warm welcome. Um, yeah, good morning, everybody. So I'm in a PST time zone, Pacific time zone. So it's evening for me. Okay. And thank you for inviting me to talk in this conference. And what a wonderful panel here. It has been a pleasure to attend some of the talks yesterday. All right. So as Sneha has already given my introduction, so let me start a little bit. I'll repeat the same stuff basically, but yeah. Um, my experience has mostly been in data analytics. I'm a data engineer, data scientist, and my latest experience is with Meta. And as some of you would have known, the innovations Meta and the tech giants such as Google and Microsoft have been doing in AI has been remarkable. And maybe some of you already know that the innovations one of the innovations that we have already started using, most of us have already started using in our daily work or maybe personal lives, at least I use it, um, is chat gpt. Uh, have you ever heard about chat gpt? Or right, okay, yeah, so I see some nods there. So chat gpt, right? So there has been a lot of talk about the threats of AI and the AI being, able to, or being capable of taking or replacing the manpower, replacing people, their day-to-day jobs, right? And then it'll take over most of the workforce. So today I'll be talking about, like, what are the potential threats of AI and what innovations have been done so far, how it is being currently used in different sectors, including mental health, and also what what can be done to mitigate the threats that AI poses today. So this is what my talk is going to be about. And Sneha, with your permission, I will start sharing my slide.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
All right. Okay.
We have to click the arrow.
Yeah, I hope it's visible, right for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. All right. So the topic of our talk today is future of AI at the global level, right? So we'll be talking about exploring ethical, collaborative, and developmental aspects of AI. So the objectives of my presentation is discussing AI innovations in various sectors, and with the main focus being in healthcare, especially mental health care, and AI potentially, helping in solving world's biggest crisis today, and the concerns that surround us related to AI and the threats posed by unethical use of AI, and how we can mitigate those by implementing ethical AI and putting forth policies to regulate it. And also we'll be talking about outlining potential future developments of AI in emotional well-being and mental health care. So the first thing, AI in healthcare. Most of you would already have been hearing in news the latest innovations. We are in the middle of AI revolution at present. So surgical training. So one of the big breakthroughs I found, which was very intriguing to me, that when I saw a video of MetaQuest. MetaQuest is by Facebook, now Meta. and they have this AR and VR technology. I have been a part of that. I have been working in the organization inside Meta, where they have been innovating and working on different researches to pave the way for future development in AI in the metaverse or augmented reality or virtual reality. So these are augmented reality, virtual reality means I'm sure most of you have heard about it and would know already what it means. So augmented reality is like, this is a virtual reality, and we could do our tasks, day-to-day tasks, or related to our profession, related to our entertainment, related to our personal lives using those. So surgical training. So this, I found one of the most intriguing part that, also there's a company, gaming company that got involved with MetaQuest, and they devised the VR glasses. And the idea was to use VR glasses, virtual reality and augmented reality glasses, to operate, to do or perform surgeries. And that was supposed to practice for the healthcare students, for the medical students who were who were aspiring surgeons, to practice procedures without any risk posed to any patients. So this was one of the things, and I would like to present a small video clip of that. Right. So as you saw in the video, right, they are using the VR technology to perform the medical procedure. So this was one of the most impressive things that I came across recently. So I thought to share. Now they are using this in pain management. VR headsets, it has proven to distract patients during performing any painful procedures or surgeries, and it has greatly helped patients to manage chronic pain. Right. So things like that have been helping healthcare providers to provide a great and user-friendly experience during the surgeries or these kind of invasive procedures. Now, there's a company called Vidya Health. It has known to be employing AI to analyze dental x-rays, and they are detecting cavities and other kind of risks for your oral health well in advance. So it is saving the patients or the customers a lot of pain and money and time. So AI already has been doing great stuff in collaboration with technology. Now, AI for mental health. Now, what has been happening? So what I have known and what I have found in my research is that a lot of technology companies in collaboration with a lot of mental health care providers in or across US, what they have been doing is they are making chatbots, AI chatbots, and one of the few to name are Bobot and Visa. They are offering 24-hour support to users who are struggling with mental health issues and who are looking or turning up to digital platforms for various kinds of supports in whatever struggles they're going through. And they are also collecting data. It has been known to help the users. And how we can say that? Because they are returning to them. They are returning to those platforms and using those platforms for their issues, and they are providing great reviews as well, that how it has helped in their mental health journey and how it has provided a great support when nobody was around. So it's already providing a great care to the mental health patients. Now, these AI-powered mental health chatbots, they are also being used widely in cognitive behavioral therapy. Not only things like various kind of ailments um, related to mental health, but cognitive behavioral therapy for adults and also students and kids. Now, one of the companies recently I found this was in the news that BrainC, their AI-powered dementia test received FDA approval, which was a great breakthrough for the company because it goes through a lot before the federal association gets gives the approval to any or these kind of things. Now, AI in education. So I'll briefly touch upon different other sectors and how AI is revolutionizing and what is the current status of AI in the different sectors other than healthcare. So immersive learning, AR and VR glasses, we briefly touched upon this with regards to MetaQuest AR VR glasses. So immersive learning, they're also using it for interactive and engaging experiences to provide engaging experiences to students who are taking virtual field trips to historical sites or maybe a hospital or maybe different kind of things which are related to their educations. Special education or special education, it has their own challenges. Now it is also related to healthcare. Many healthcare providers here who provide care to autism patients, they are already using AR tools, AR glasses, and these kind of devices to help kids with autism, to help adults with autism by providing them visual aids and interactive learning experience. And the data they have been collecting is known to provide the evidence, enough evidence that it has improved the experience multifold in their learning. Now, AI in e-commerce, we already use a lot of e-commerce websites and we do a lot of online purchasing. In that also, I'm seeing daily innovations. I personally use Amazon for buying a lot of stuff for my household. Then in AI in e-commerce, it has been it has been providing a lot of great content for the customers, for returning customers, like virtual try-ons. You do not really need to go to a store to try your clothes on, etc. You can do that or try that using AI through the apps. Now, it has also been known to enhance shopping experience. That I saw on Amazon app that, if you're buying a furniture, then you just take the picture of your living room and you can visualize. AI will just let you visualize by a picture that how your furniture will look in that living room. And it's a really useful feature. AI in entertainment, you must have heard about AR VR glasses being widely used in gaming and different kind of live events during pandemic. So this is closely related to our day-to-day lives during pandemic. MetaQuest, they devised like virtual meeting rooms, so to provide better experience for employees. So it would feel like we are sitting around the table, all the people who were on the Zoom call or who were on the meetings in virtually, while sitting at the comfort of their home, they were actually feeling like with the AR experience, with the augmented reality experience, with those glasses on, that they are interacting with their colleagues and having the conversation face to face. So those kind of experiences really mattered when the pandemic hit and people were left alone in their homes. Now, AI applications in socio-political policies. So some of the things I'll briefly touch upon this. Predictive policing. For an example, what I have been seeing is happening here. LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, they are using an AI system already, and it's called PredPol to predict crime hotspots. So wherever they know, as per the data, that the prediction says that this is the area for crimes, and it's likely to repeat on this date or in this day. So they already deploy the police department and police personals in that area to intervene before it actually happens. So I personally feel it's a great thing for our society, and it's a great thing to intervene before the crime happens. It's saving lives. Social welfare programs, New York City's HHS Connect. So that's the program for social welfare. And social services agencies, they're getting help from AI to identify individuals who need assistance. So this is something, and public health initiatives. This is something really interesting. Blue Dot. So some of you may have heard about Blue Dot. So Blue Dot, it was an AI platform that predicted in Wuhan, China, it predicted the COVID pandemic is going to hit and the outbreak is about to happen. But it was not taken that seriously. But people who took that seriously, you know, they they got to do a lot of good stuff for people and society. So Blue Dot was one of the major examples of AI intervention, of predicting something that shook the whole world, the whole globe. We all have been impacted in one way or the other by this global pandemic. Now, electoral process. So there have been news about how AI is impacting the electoral processes. Let's move on to the next slide. AI applications in socio-political policies. So AI, it will not leave any field untouched. Everybody is going to use AI in one way or the other in all possible fields, be it our education, healthcare, socio-political things, everything. So environmental policies like Global Fishing Watch. This initiative is using AI to monitor fishing activities worldwide and identify illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing. Because as we know, in today's world, we have a lot of species of fish as well, of our sea life that is endangered. So it comes to save the whole ecosystem. Everything is connected. Our whole ecosystem functions when each individual part of that ecosystem is functioning properly. So several things are there, several species are there which are crucial for the existence of humankind as well. So I think AI is doing a wonderful job in intervening there and stopping these illegal and unregulated fishing, which is leading to the extinction of some of the important species in our sea life. Now, education policies. So the example is Georgia State University. They have an AI powered system called Panther Retention, and it is being used to analyze student data and identify those risks of dropping out. And it is helping students greatly in managing their coursework, and it's in improving the graduation rates as well. And also, this is also directly related to mental health because, as we know, with increasing pressure, kids are not or students are not able to cope up with the university programs, assignments, and their coursework and the future prospects, and they are taking some unwanted decisions about their lives. So AI is also intervening there and helping provide a better experience for students. Now, economic policies, there have been different kind of economic policies and that AI is helping with. Now, authorities that enforce the use of ethical AI. Now, they have been the uses of AI and already what different countries, different companies and different countries are doing with AI in different sectors. So those were the current usage of AI. Now, a lot of threats also surround AI. If AI is a powerful tool, we are in the middle of this AI revolution, and there needs to be some rules and regulations for ethical AI. So ethical AI is a term that we use that was coined recently, where they identified that there should be some regulations, some control on what AI could do, and also some regulations to control that AI. We cannot see, it's not a tangible thing, right? It's a digital thing. So if a crime happens on somebody's AI driven platform, then who is responsible? So there were talks about, and it was a matter of debate, that the people cannot approach the companies because it was not the company directly committing a crime. It was something digital. It was a software. right? So who we will go after if something happens to us because of somebody's AI product? So some authorities, some regulatory authorities have been talking about ethical AI, and to bring forth some regulations so that we use AI power ethically. Now, example is FTC. The FTC reinforces laws like Federal Trade Commission, FTC Act. So FTC is Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA. They coined this Equal Credit Opportunity, ECOA, to ensure AI systems are not biased or discriminatory. This is one of the things, one of the threats of AI, that AI will operate on whatever data is getting fed today. Now, if, say, about some company or about some community, about some country, I start feeding this AI, for an example, ChatGPT, which is open for public use, or Llama or Google's AI. If I start feeding these generative AI platforms with a lot of data which is biased, and which I have a hidden agenda to or against these countries or some company, then it'll start training its model in such a way that any other user, any future user, if they would have any questions about how what's the work culture in this company, then it will be biased towards the information it has been fed the most. If I provide bad information that, oh, the work culture in this company is not good and it's not fit for employees, and you should perhaps think about other things to do, or perhaps join their competitors, things like that. This is just an example. So this is what is going to be served to the next user. Right. So there are things like that, that there are a lot of bias and discriminatory data if that is getting fed to AI. And we have to control that. No, we cannot just keep doing that. So some regulations have been put forth, and still it is in process. Still it is ongoing. Nothing is concrete, but they understand the risk. The authorities, governments of different countries, they have understood the risk that the AI poses, and hence the term ethical AI. So executive order on the safe, secure, and trustworthy development and use of artificial intelligence was issued by the US government, and it outlines the principle and priorities for responsible AI use. So which is a great initiative, I believe, and they are already taking precautions, and the work is in progress, and soon we will see where it goes and what companies can do what kind of things with AI and how they have to do it has to be regulated. So they're working towards it, which is a great step. Now, AI governance platforms, organizations, there are organizations like Gartner, and Gartner recommend using AI governance platforms to manage and oversee ethical, legal, and operational performance of AI systems. UNESCO also has been a part of it, and they have adopted a global agreement on the ethical AI. And they are also providing their own inputs in providing the guidelines for the ethical development and use of AI. AI and disaster recovery. So disaster recovery, now early warning system. AI is analyzing data to predict if there are possibilities of any natural disasters. And obviously its direct implication on our mental health, on our physical health, right? So timely intervention of AI by providing early warning systems, early warning signs has been a great way to handle those type of calamities and to provide support during disaster in a great fashion. Now, damage assessment, resource allocation, we all know that these are the things, any kind of disaster happens, tsunami, pandemic, or any kind of earthquake. So we have seen the recent some of the news. There was a very bad earthquake, very disastrous earthquake that happened in Turkey, right? So if there would have been any early warning systems in place, like AI enabled or anything, a lot of lives could have been saved. A lot of good healthcare would have been provided to many of those families. So these kind of things that we can avoid using the AI. Now, recovery planning, it helps in long-term recovery planning by analyzing data on infrastructure. So everything is data-driven these days. AI, the backbone of AI is data that is being fed today. So currently, it's in a very nascent stage and it's still getting ready. Now we are providing it a way that do this, do that, this is the task, this is how it has to be executed, but still it has to operate on a lot of information. It's like a baby learning to walk, learning to talk. So AI is in a baby state right now. Now we have to make it a responsible person by giving it the right information, by putting forth some good regulatory guidelines so that we move in the right direction with this powerful tool. AI transforming modern warfare. So again, everything is related to our health, to our mental health, to our physical health. In all these areas, they are all related to a person's well-being. Now, how it is going to impact or how it is already transforming the modern warfare. Autonomous weapons. So AI-powered drones. We have already heard about AI-powered drones and their recent use in news. So it is already being used in conducting surveillance and combat operations, which is a big deal, right? If there are countries with bad relations and they are neighbors, right? If these kind of things are being used by one, then they get an added advantage over the other. Now, decision making, AI is analyzing data to inform military strategies and resource allocation, where it has to allocate its required resources, its manpower, and other things. Cyber warfare, AI detects and counters cyber threats in real time. So, cyber threats, we also have been aware of different kinds of cyber threats happening today, right? There could be a virus. We have seen those times that a virus was released once by a person in one country, sitting in one country, and how it impacted everything. Things like that. There can be different kind of cyber threats. It comes in many different forms, right? Recently, there was a news a couple of months ago that something happened and all the softwares, airline, healthcare, everything, they all shut down. And then it was like the US stopped working. Everything stopped in US. It was a big deal because it's not only impacting all these sectors, it's impacting daily lives of many people who are using those services. So those kind of things can be handled by AI if those kind of problems are detected early. Surveillance, AI processes satellite and drone data for real-time intelligence. Now you can speculate, you can think about it, how it could be used by somebody. Logistics, AI optimizes supply chains and predicts equipment failures. So this could be a big deal. This could provide a great way to manage the military resources in the time of need. Training, AI-driven simulations for realistic soldier training. Now, future implications, potential more efficient military operations, and concerns are ethical and legal issues around autonomous weapons. So there are a lot of ethical and legal issues that surround this because it's still in talk and it's still very nascent. And how it is going to turn out, that's a big question. AI and biggest concerns today. So AI and the biggest concerns, then a lot of things. I use LinkedIn a lot, and a lot of people are there talking about. We all know there is a tech recession, and a lot of people are in technology, especially are jobless and looking for jobs. They are talented people, etc. But this is one of the threats, that the fear of losing jobs to automation and AI system. What jobs could be impacted? What jobs will survive, and all that. So there's a lot of talk around that. There's a lot of threat and a lot of anxiety around that. Now, privacy invasions, concerns about AI that they are collecting our data, they are profiling us. So the other day I heard that, at present, people who are using social media and all the social media companies who are driving the social media, for an example, Meta, Google, and other companies like that, they have a lot of your data. They have what you are googling about, what you are searching, what you are studying. They have a lot of your data, where you are signing up, where you are logging in, and where you are roaming. Travel details, they are actually tracking a lot of. We all know that it's in public knowledge already, that they're tracking a lot of our data. And it's kind of, you exist, we as human beings exist, but there is an AI version of us that also exists digitally, and it knows us better than we know ourselves. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing, and how AI is going to, and how these AI applications are gonna turn out. It will it will show us in the future, right? So there's an AI version of us, and they can predict better what we need to purchase the next day, what we need to purchase maybe 6 months down the line, things like that. So it's kind of scary, and it is also very interesting at the same time. It can be useful, but it can also breach your privacy. It can feel like that. So a lot of anxiety, a lot of questioning is there around this, and that is directly related to healthcare of a person, right? Mental health of a person. Bias and discrimination, worry that AI systems perpetuate existing biases and discrimination. So that is also one thing. If there are organizations and their motive is not very not very friendly for certain other communities or other sections of the society or other countries, maybe they may feed AI those kind of data that may be biased, right? So you can research more about it. So bias and discrimination is one of the biggest concerns that AI poses today. So those kind of things. And since there's already been ethical AI talks about it, and regulatory authorities working on it, so that they can control what kind of data is being fed to the AI systems. So I think that will mitigate these kind of risks greatly. Now, lack of transparency. AI decision making processes that can be opaque, leading to distrust. So of course, transparency. It's a digital software. After all, it's a software, right? So decision making. If you put all the trust at present, for an example, I'm a software engineer. If I ask AI to solve a coding question, a programming question, right? Most of the times I find it is not accurate. There are a lot of bugs on it. So obviously I cannot trust that solution. I cannot ship that solution anywhere. I have to use my judgment to verify, validate that solution, and to correct where it is required. So definitely human intervention is required, and I believe will be required in the future as well. Security threats. Now, AI can be used for cyber attacks and other malicious activities, right? Because it's a powerful tool. Ethical dilemmas, questions about ethical use of AI in critical areas like healthcare and law enforcement. So there are a lot of ethical dilemmas. For an example, AI is being widely used currently, though not accurate and not trustworthy at this point in time, but many researches are still going. It is being widely used to detect like the chances of cancer, or what by what what is a percentage that this person is gonna is going to die because of this health problem, etc. Now these are the things you cannot just leave the decision making on AI at this point, because it could be wrong as well. It has happened in the past that some of the softwares, whatever they predicted about breast cancers in some of the healthcare organizations, then it ended up in such a way that the customers sued the hospitals and companies for it, because the turn of events was not what was predicted by AI, right? So it predicted something wrong. So these are also the things that AI um, AI use can make us concerned about. Dependence on AI. Now, we cannot, at this point, at least at this point, we can definitely not rely on AI. It's a powerful tool, but it's still learning. So it cannot be trusted alone. It can, at best, work as an assistant for us in all the fields, be it healthcare, mental health care, or many other fields that we talked about. So human skills and decision-making abilities are still required and very important. Now, AI's potential future threats. Now, what are the potential future threats? We touched on this topic briefly. Job displacement, bias and discrimination, privacy invasion. So AI is collecting and analyzing vast amounts of personal data, right? So at this point, if you have been using Google search engine and other many different websites for your learning, for your day-to-day life work, then you already know that a lot of your personal data is out there. Right. And now all this data, whatever companies collected it and all these applications that we have been using, now this will be used and this is getting fed to AI. Right. So now that also raises your privacy concern, that how protected you are in this world. Right. So privacy invasion. But the good thing is, the good news is that ethical AI is in place and they are constantly working that nobody can actually release your data anywhere or profile you and provide your profile to some of the people who may not mean or wish well to you. Autonomous weapons, the development of AI powered weapons, they can lead to new form of warfares and ethical dilemmas, right? We have already seen and we have already heard in news, in public news, national and international news, that the face of modern warfare has changed. Gone are the days where people were fighting or countries were fighting, armies were fighting on the field, right? It's all about the fight or the warfare of information and now AI, right? So how we are using the data, how we are using the information against each other. So this is going to really matter in today's world. Misinformation, security threats, AI can be used for cyber attacks, right? Posing risk to critical infrastructure and national security. So as I briefly mentioned about a couple of months ago, the news that happened, and it actually kind of shook the world that, oh, this can happen too. So airports shutting down, all your software systems in different industries, different sectors of society, different sectors of businesses got impacted on the same day. And it's like everything stopped. Airlines were not working just because of all this information. So we are driven by information. We are a society now that is just working, and it is happening. Everything is happening because we have um, these digital tools, and these digital tools are using data to make our lives easier. Dependence on AI, over-reliance on AI could lead to a loss of human skills and decision making. Ethical dilemmas are there, and we already touched upon it. Ethical AI. Now, ethical AI is a multidisciplinary field that focuses on ensuring AI systems are designed and used in a way that are fair and transparent and beneficial to society. Now, AI applications in emotional health, in mental health. In this area, it must address user privacy concern, including secure handling of sensitive data. So already there have been policies in use that these tech giants and companies that collect user data, they are using. So at Meta, we undergo a lot of privacy training, and every 3 months, every quarter, we have to undergo the trainings that is reinforcing us and cross-checking and validating that do we understand the risk of not handling the data securely, not handling user data securely, because we have Facebook data. People are talking about their private lives there and all that. So who could see their data? Who could not see data? Who could access the data? Who could not access the data? So there's a lot of distinction. Which teams have to see that, and why do I have to see that? So even as employees, not everybody has access to those private things, right? So it's a is a thing that is directly related to your emotional well-being, to your mental health. Like what you're talking, you think that we are using web messengers and these social media platforms to interact with our families. We are sometimes discussing our private life, but a thought that somebody or a stranger or maybe somebody that you remotely know, they may have access to that data, right? That is a very scary thought. That is the breach of privacy. So these companies, due to these guidelines, are very strict about it, and they take strict actions on people or organizations misusing the data. So which is a great thing. Ethical AI key aspects: fairness and bias, ensuring AI systems are free from unfair biases. That's what ethical AI is about. This is the term, and all the regulatory authorities are working towards it to make new guidelines and new regulations to control these companies who are using AI for their applications. Transparency and explainability, making AI decision making process understandable. It should be transparent to the normal non-tech, non-technology savvy, or everybody, right? Privacy and security, protecting user data and ensuring its proper use. Accountability, holding developers and organizations.
Shamoli,
Right.
sorry to interrupt you in between.
Mhm,
Uh, we are running short of time.
mhm. Sure, I'll be, yeah,
Uh,
just all right. So I'll be just wrapping up in a minute then. All right. So scope for new disciplines to emerge. So we talked about the threats that AI poses, AI revolution poses, at least currently, that many people are um, taking it as a danger for their future because AI is going to replace many sectors, right? But new disciplines are going to emerge as well in mental health studies, education sector, and many different professions. This is my opinion and opinion of some of the other people that I talk to, that new disciplines are likely to emerge from this. And AI is going to help us solve the world crisis like climate change, war and conflict, poverty and inequality, the biggest world crisis that we face today. Now, in conclusion, uh, we talked about AI, what currently is happening in AI technology, how it is impacting the healthcare and other sectors, right? And what threats it poses to us in future or currently, and how it can be mitigated. We talked about ethical AI and the regulations and how the authorities are working towards it, governments are working towards it, and use of responsible and ethical AI. And collaboration between governments, industries, and researchers will be the key in this journey. So, embracing AI thoughtfully will lead to a sustainable, equitable, and advanced future. And that's my time. And thank you. Thank you for giving me time. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for giving this opportunity, Dr. Deepika Chamoli and Sneha, and all who are present here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shikha. It was really a wonderful presentation. You have covered all the areas of AI, and really, because as you have concluded that AI can be a boon, and it's a boon to the human life, but the human need to be educated and to be
Yes.
knowing everything about the AI. And this kind of sessions are really helpful because you have given us so much knowledge and understanding how to use AI, what are the how can we use it positively, and what threats are there, and how can we prevent ourselves from those threats. Not being
Yes.
fearful, but being full of wisdom, how to
Yes.
use it. That is
Yes.
important. Thank you
Yes.
so much. God bless you. It was really a wonderful session.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Dr. Rita. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you inviting me for this talk. Thank you.
Thank
There
you,
are,
ma'am, for
Sneha, there are few hands I can see. I think
yes.
they have
If,
certain queries. We can take up one by one.
Yes.
Quick.
yes, please go ahead. If someone wants to ask ma'am any questions.
I think Shiviti has raised hand. Shiviti, you can write down in the chat box if you are not able
Yes.
to unmute.
Yes, please write down your questions in the chat box and we can take up later. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your expertise on AI and its future impact. Your presentation has been incredible and insightful, and we all were deeply engaged. Your insights were truly enlightening, and we appreciate your time and valuable contribution. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Neha. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words and for listening to me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and you enjoy the conference. This has been a wonderful conference so far, and I'm sure it will conclude in a very good way as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to welcome our next eminent speaker, Professor Dr. Rajesh Singh. Sir is the Director of Research and Innovation at Uttaranchal University, Dehradun. Dr. Rajesh has more than 17 years of experience in academics and research, and he has been featured among top 10 inventors as well. He has published more than 100 research papers in SCI and Scopus Index journals and has 44 grants, 36 in Australian and 4 Indian patents. Today, Dr. Rajesh will discuss AI and innovation, focusing on how AI can inspire new solutions for improving mental health services. So please welcome Professor Dr. Rajesh Singh.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning, all delegates, as well the senior authorities sitting over there on dice. Uh, Actually, yesterday I have already interacted in a way to cater the innovations, how we can plan to move ahead with the transdisciplinary research. So I'm going to share my uh, yes. PPT, and then we'll move ahead with it. Please let me know if it is visible to you all, guys.
Yes, sir, it is.
Visible? All right. I'm just moving towards my PPT. And as usual, the topic which I have taken, that's AI and emotional well-being innovations. Prior to start the talk, I think in between if something happened because in neighbor to me there is something Bhagavad is going on and maybe some voices clicking behind me. Pardon for that. Yeah. Prior to start with this emotional well-being innovations, actually, if we are talking of artificial intelligence, the people only thought of AI is a small pinnet because a lot of surrounding technologies, those are supporting to AI for data collections, for getting some kind of data interpretations. Those so many technologies are. So yesterday I have given a gist. What are those technologies? So AI means there are a lot of nearby technology. We need to understand those as well if we are working with this domain. And the past 3 year of experience which I have here with this university, Uttaranchal University, and we always struggled a lot while we are talking of transdisciplinary aspect of research. Inter the people are doing, multi the people are doing, and the era is of transdisciplinary because social science intervention with the place, that is a necessity of our. So yes, if I'm giving you a personal gist of us as a division of research and innovations, we are just taking care of whole university research, and the Uttaranchal University having 12 schools, and they all schools having a diverse locations. We have interacted with managers, means management schools, law schools, art and humanities people, the later agriculture, later pharmacy, later life and applied sciences, uh, uh, the nursing, health sciences, so many umbrella of variety of people. So I have just gone through the actual mind brain exercise is needed while we are discussing, because we are not focusing on engineering side. We have one forte earlier, but right now, by sitting with the different domain people, I have seen there are a lot of uh, restricted minds, or maybe the fight among the law people never like the science people, and obvious they have their different mindset, because they thought of the whole country is in the legal domain, and we are the take care of all the people, either those are anyone, any scientist, and the law enforcement is always on the top. Similarly, the people from finance or the management, they have the different mindset. They are very polite, humble, but they have the something else in their mind or in their brain. So we are facing so much difficulty, but among all those, we have just come up with so nice, wonderful topics. We have did our good work, and we did something with management, something with law. And if you thought of, we as a research division, we picked up some GRF from their yes, as a GRF from their PhD domain, and we started trick them how to thought of technology, and how law guys can write by the emergence of technology and law. Means like how, if it is a robot advocate, how you can create a chatbot which is assisting to advocates up to a certain label, not in all the aspects. Other side of it is also there. So we have written around 150 articles in last 2.5 years, and 50 articles means those articles having a worldwide reach, global reach. And recently, you thought of our one article. Why I'm giving this background? Because I'm keenly letting you know how we can create aura of means collaborations. I am from technology side, but my brain and the thought process of my team is interacting with all the guys. Because if we are always focusing on my domain, my domain, my domain, then we can't assist the law guys, art humanities guys. So recently we yes, crack nature general, which is related to social science, and it's published by nature.com. Yes, in a whole globe, uh, above than nature, nobody else, because publication in nature, one publication in a nature, you feel proud in a globe, because nature is not a simple publication house. It's a too old, as well as too many old other, like Taylor and Francis is too old, but nature is having the impact. Okay, so we crack that is through law, gentlemen. And Hitesh Bhatt, who is currently working as a law officer in NTPC somewhere in Allahabad, Banaras, sorry, Banaras. And he started with us, and till now we both of us, or our with our team, we published two good SCI articles in those journals. And obvious, if you have a good forte of writing articles, so you can create your presence in a globe level. The people knows you, because if it is in published in the top 25 percentile of journals in a web of science, then obvious everybody having access to read your article. And once they read, they cite you, and your reach in a global level will get indulge. And my humble submissions, because it's a conference, it's a academic kind of event, and as a teacher, we should aware how to start with working with these. So as usual, as per my prior presentation, I always used to showcase this model, which is called Science Society Interaction Model, or you can say Technology Society Interaction Model. And always I used to speak. There is a TDP taxonomy, and there is a different mindset in a technocratic model, and there is a deterministic model, then pragmatistic model. Three models are there. That's why they call TDP. Okay, and technocratic model, they have different mindset. They always think of science is always in the top, and society is the in the list priority. They work which they are thinking of. If they are creating any gel, whether that is sellable in the market or not, whether they can create as a product to sell it in the market, they never thought of it. And they used to create a small samples and do write up publications and that will publish, and other countries people take those your research and slight make it change and launch the product and return selling those products in India, beauty products like you have seen moringa based product, and the essential oils, beauty oils, which is too popular in the world and too costly as well. And the origin of the moringa is from India. And nowadays, Switzerland, obvious, New Zealand is the big shot over the product, and they have the too much of facility. Messi University is creating huge with the moringa because it's with the another impact, not for human, but if you are giving a diet of some diet of moringa to animals, the milking capacity of that animal will increase in a day, I think 2-3 liters. Can you believe that kind of powerful? So moringa based product origin is from India, and the other countries people are selling and enjoying their sale over the country. So as a science, this technocratic approach means like technology people, they always used to take society in a secondary way. And similarly, the decision makers, those are running the country or taking decisions, they have the different, they always used to take society on top, and they are least priority to a technology. And nowadays the people are using online and all, the society is adopting the online education, the virtual education, but always the very least priority to the technology side, because as a too many good senior peoples are sitting, the students are sitting in the place, and they need to think. And the last approach, this is necessary, we need to adopt, where the two, science and society, sitting together, they are discussing the thought process, and later on if we are come up with some technological output or some solutions to that problem in a mean of society as well as technology, then that will give the insightful in a future. So we need to plan with the last category, which called P approach, pragmatistic approach. Please plan with this. Okay, please, from backside, please let me know whether my voice is audible. I think so, because I have just placed my PPT in PPT sharing mode. Yes, me audible, perfectly audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. So, innovation cycles. We all are talking of innovations. Like if the social science peoples are playing with the technology like artificial intelligence, it means there is something, innovations will happen, obvious, in a transdisciplinary way. So, innovation cycle we need to understand. And my humble submission to all those are from allied domain or art and humanities domain or psychology domain, please go and read these cycles. What is the development, what are the six waves is of innovations is going on, and six waves lead to a fourth industrial revolutions. Okay, and still now the people are doing with the talking of fifth or sixth revolutions, but me it take 30 years for passing this industrial revolution over. 30, 40, 50 years, and later fifth revolutions will happen. And at that time, may or may not be the name of AI called by name of AI, or name of robots called as robots, because there are a lot of change going on in a technological perspective. So with the innovation cycle, the era is with this side, and they have written very less because I have taken from some source. And this sixth revolutions, we people are talking AI, IoT, robots, drones, clean technology. Apart from this, there are mix of technology you have already know. Digital twin, metaverse, AR, VR, augmented, virtual, edge computing, fog computing kind of things. We people are listening. So here, six waves with this industry fourth revolutions is going on, and the supporting technology. I have already taken the name so many times. You can just explore this PPT, and in parallel to this, researchers are writing the corresponding behavior of industry or impact of industry 4.0. The researchers are writing healthcare 4.0. Someone writing psychology 4.0, someone writing highways 4.0, someone writing forest 4.0. The people are aligning the different aspects or different domains with respect to industry fourth revolutions and the technology. No need to think of always use or find out the gist of all the technology which is related to industry fourth revolutions. I think We need, if we are focusing on one technology and trying to give the gist with 4.0, then that is acceptable in the market. The people are writing the fourth revolution, the people are giving psychology 4.0 and in perspective of artificial intelligence. Someone writing in perspective of big data analysis, someone writing with respect to extended reality, someone writing with respect to user experience, someone writing articles with robot drone aspects, someone writing digital twin aspects. So there, this is acceptable if we are giving it or inclination with industry 4.0 if you are writing titles. So in a healthcare 4.0, if you are talking, there is a rehabilitation, the assistive living, telemedicine, cloud-based health information system, personalized healthcare. If you are talking, if I'll touch the subdomains of the individual way which is written, it's not possible. I think we should plan some sometimes the interactive way, then we can plan to go in a depth of these subdomains. So monitoring psychological and pathological signals, self management, wellness monitoring and prevention, this is the people are talking of, this is the part of healthcare 4.0. The people are writing or researchers are writing the articles, those are very helpful, highly cited in the market. Because if anybody doing something on assisted assisted living or assistive living, then obvious they need to cite your article because you have explored all the aspects of healthcare. So automatically, if you are getting citations or your work is cited by others, it means you are getting privilege in a global level. So now, apart from this fourth revolutions, the people are talking of fifth revolutions, and in a fifth revolutions, they talk of human-centric computing. It's a mass customization called cognitive systems, mass customization based cognitive system. The people are talking of human-centric computing because fourth revolution is cyber physical system where we are right now. And as a Indian perspective, we are still at a percent of 10 with the use of industry 4.0 technology. Our industry is too many industries are too old, and adoption of fourth revolutions is very tough. The people are using in the data perspective, but apart from it, if we people are accessing the machineries from remote and maintaining the health and controlling the operations from the remote, that is deploying that kind of arrangement is too costly for Indian perspective or Indian industrial perspective. Established their industry 20 years earlier and they invested 200 crore rupees with their industry, then shifting that industry with the latest perspective. Like take one example of microgrid. The people nowadays, the industries those are establishing in foreign, they have latest trained, latest technological interventions with microgrid. But in Indian perspective, if we are talking, then only we people are playing with AI because we have a lot of used data with us and we are applying only AI. But alone playing with data, that's not a task because apart from only playing with the old data, existing data, that's not a game. Game is upgrading the machineries, deploying some kind of small gadgets or a small sensory based arrangement with the machines to make those machines more mature as compared to playing with the old data only. So game with this AI is always data, and we in a Indian perspective, we people are just fetching hospitals data, we people are fetching data from machineries, which is all recorded because I have handled Tata's Adani Defense. I have evaluated those in earlier 2022 because I was jury with the uh, uh, CII, Confederation of Indian Industries, for industry people. So I have checked it out. Still, our factories or our latest train is not too much with the inclination of Industry 4.0. Only we are playing with data because we as a IT service industry or as a IT country, we always believe on services. Rest of the things where the world is playing because the sophisticated machineries we people are using, those are made up with Japan, made up with Russia, made up with US, made up with China, made up with some other country. Because those all are creating hardwares, creating products, and those products we people are taking here in with heavy cost. Even defense, I have so many connects with the industries. Those are serving to a defense. Those are doing reverse engineering now. But this is happening. We people are doing reverse engineering. We have a system which is supplied by the US or the other countries supplied system, and the people are opening those systems and now checking what they supplied to us. And I have seen, I've discussed with them because few problem statement come to me, and I have just checked it out. Then the sale which the people are doing, those of 5 crore systems here, if you are trying, you can create with 50 lakh rupees. So these kind of monopolies is going on the market because we as an Indian, we always believe on white collars. We don't believe mechanically we are sound, mechanical structure we are sound, but we are still lagging with the automation side. We are still lagging with the hardware codings, platform codings. We NVIDIA Jetson. Do you think this is made by us? No. We people are using Raspberry Pi. This made by us? No. Jetson Nano, the so many Intel platforms where people are using processors and writing codes, not for those platforms, only on top layer of it. Python codings we people are doing, but not a base of it. We don't have access or a capability to write the OS. Yes, Indians are writing same things with, by shifting from here to world perspective, they are writing codes over there. So similarly here, education, our educations is with the ethics and humanism based educations nowadays the people are talking of. Yes, now in a broad aspects, if we talk of digital health technology, yes, there are digital care we can think of, digital therapies, digital interventions, and precision circuitry. And with this, there are subdomains like in, if we talk of precision circuitry, we people are creating digital biomarkers or diagnostic, EPROs, clinical decision support, digital imaging pathologies. In this area, we are exploring this. This diagram I have taken from some research, and they have clearly create a whole gist, not alone the psychology, but how the digital care companies are doing, like virtual care platforms, telesecretary, digital clinics, digital pharmacies. They people are doing, and if you are exploring digital psychiatry inside in depth, then we need to plan depth knowledge of psychiatry, and the psychology people knows, I think they have the wonderful skills with it. If they are connecting with the people, like tele words is from remote locations, and the solutions always technology come into the role. So we need to interact with the technology guys always, and create some kind of team, and then start working with any one subdomain, and create, start with a review, then go for opinion, then go for implementations. Because you, if you are direct hitting to create a platform to in a earning point of view or for societal point of view, if you don't have a technology knowledge, if you don't have proper review aspects in your mind, then you can't do anything with this, any one of the domain. So in-depth review is necessary for that case. Yes, I think compared to me, the art humanities people know more than me. There is internal, yeah, mental or internal, and the another is physical and external. And with the perspective of activity, creativity, growth, nourishment, rest and regeneration, connect and meaning. If you are talking in a physical way or in a mental way, we need to go with this. Okay. And huge startups nowadays. I'll show you in next slide. So many startups are working with it. And nowadays, after 2014, government is too much of interested with the startup and innovation and entrepreneurship side. Okay. And lot of funding are available, those who are in phase of establishing their own venture or own startup in their field. Huge funding, too many fundings through DST, Nidhi Priyas, MSME, Niti Ayog. Too many schemes are running those are giving grant to a startup. 15 lakh, 10 lakh, 25 lakh, like STPI. STPI Tripura is too popular for collecting real-time data, IoT-based applications, and they have a highest startup grant that's around 25K, 25 lakh. And earlier, 3 year earlier, my one student got that STPI grant. Okay, and that's a necessary. Either you can plan to do something with physical or external, like diet, nutrition. You have seen so many online based tools or agencies are working. They are creating multi-level marketing kind of things, and they are giving the advices. So many online dietitianers are there. Similarly, in a mental way, so many mindful meditation kind of self-heal therapies are going on in a virtual way. So this is the pathway, and these are the mental health tech market map I've taken. I have not created it, but I've taken from a startup map, and this is what the self-care, meditation, and sleep. If you are talking, then obvious there are companies, and name is mentioned over there. Consumer telehealth, if you are talking, that's mentioned. Provider tools, SaaS, which is called software as a service. Those kind of running diagnostic testing, digital therapists, hardware, kind of hardware, and then yes, peer to peer, then CCVT, uh, that those kind of, yes, so many startups or companies now, from foreign or from Indian perspective, they are doing or developing their own solutions for mental health. Yes, in any aspects you guys can plan and think on this. Yes, now in a research context, if we are talking, my first prerogative always how to collect data, because always collecting data through a social mean, like my mobile phone, I'm logging to a Facebook, logging to a LinkedIn, so many platforms, so many applications with Play stores, and whatever liking for me, I'm just downloading and giving all the permission to them. I'm not thinking of whether that applications is made by China or made by which country, and they are just putting a small click and they have all the access. Like CRED I'm using for payment and all, whole access they are asking always, and they are accessing my whole phone messages, and because I'm giving the permission, that's why they are asking. Otherwise, the personal data, if you are talking, that's with the huge access in a global way, like Meta AI, earlier lecture, Madam Sikha, so speak nicely and in depth. She has given the in-depth insight what we people think of about AI, ethical AI. We use knowledge that she has delivered. I think we should also plan in that way, but alone collecting data from your phone, mobile phone, your social platform, that's not a game of, because that's a generic data the people are using, and giving you a personalized welfare, giving you a personalized care, giving you a personal attentions. The people nowadays, if your last date is coming, there's so much messages they are connecting with your WhatsApp. CRAD is connecting with WhatsApp. We are giving permission. That's why CRAD is sending message to you. Your these many bills are pending. The message which you are getting regard to anything, those are tapped by CRAD and always picking in their wallet and giving you instructions. Okay, approaching to us. So apart from this huge problem with the data which is generated through machineries, generated through a life, like if you're talking of weather conditions, right? So many weather stations deployed by the disaster monitoring, so many sensors are deployed in the field. In a defense, so many cameras, trapping cameras, a border security they are placing, so many intelligent devices are in the field. And if we are collecting the data via those devices, that's a mean of the data. That's a actual game of that data. And so internet of, in a research context, if you are talking internet of things, occupational, industrial environment, and well-being, they have given the different aspects. This is one published paper, and with the good SCI journal linked is placed, it's with the Elsevier, internet of things and occupational well-being. and within aspects to industry 4.0, they have given only take the consideration only the internet of things, but what about the rest technologies? So you can plan to write the similar article in a next, how cloud computing is giving the insight inclination towards industry 4.0. My more pressure with towards researcher is, please try to understand, write wonderful articles, and that article will give you a gist connect in a globe level. Then the people will read your article and then send you the connections over the researchgate, Google Scholar, or sometimes they will write the message and connect via WhatsApp way or with you. They are ready to connect with you. They are ready to give you a funding for your research. In that way, we guys can grow. We have a huge thought process of implementing AI, but who will develop the tool? The technology people. And technology, there are so many students, those are running or studying in second year, third year, fourth year, and they have now the habits of earning money from study side. I always give them insight, please don't do this, do free for others, but they have the mindset, yeah, I want to earn because I have to pay my fees my own. So always developing AI based platform means, may it takes cost of 10 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees, 30 lakh rupees. Used manpower is necessary while we are thinking of those. So, so we need to plan. Similarly, yes, the broad way to think of, now we people are thinking of alone softwares, but apart from the software, there are huge map the researcher has given. Like if we are talking of devices, now see the how many type of devices exist in the market through which we guys can plan to implement and collect data by your own device. Don't use or always try to pick the machine from outside, wear it, and just then give the access of your whole data. Why not be people developing our own solutions? Yes, that kind of thought. Communication, if you are talking, then these are the way how to do communication. I'm not talking you do an in-depth study, but if you have a knowledge, what the mean of GSM, what's the mean of RFID, what's the mean of Wi-Fi. Always we used to talk Wi-Fi, but if I'm asking with other domain, what's the mean of Wi-Fi, what standard it follow, that is a small knowledge is necessary, not in depth, but we should aware what is the mean of Wi-Fi, how it works, and what is the potential. That is sufficient to take that advantage in your domain. Okay, similarly, I have already speak too much. Yes, AI in speech and language therapy. I have taken this, and this is what the way, the organic way or the functional way. In an organic way, if we go for developing speech or language therapies, if we are applying AI over there, then obvious there is a necessity. Either you pick the machine from foreign, yes, they have made, and you can get a vendor which is supplying machineries, hardware machineries for correcting or giving you a speech or language-based therapies. But why not we people are thinking of developing low cost in our own country? Why not we think of, so for that we need to understand or collaborate with the technology guy in any mean. You just collaborate, create sensors, create a small intelligent devices, and try to give the language speech therapy your own way through low cost devices. That kind of approaches there. Similarly, behavioral therapy, if we are talking, obvious, they tool, those are nowadays like Meta AI, we people are Chat GPT, we people are using the other GPTs we people are using. Those are only the mean of generative AI. Means I am asking questions and that is only passing the answer of it, and it's not supplying the answers by their own brain, because there is a algorithm which is called pre-trained transformer. Yes, generative pre-trained transformer. GPT stand for that full form is generative pre-trained transformer. Yes, those algorithms are trained with the past data, which is written by anywhere, any mean, by any other, any researcher. That is fetching the data for your answer from worldwide data basis, and maybe the answer which is given by the GPT is written by some researcher. Okay, it's not consolidating, but it's comparing. Yes, he's asked three, four keywords, one question, it breaks in keywords, and then work with keywords and in a databases, it just create a stack and later on fetching the data lines from there and giving you answer. So that is only generative AI, but only generative AI will not give us the assistance. Apart from this, the what very different forms of artificial intelligence exist, and we need to explore the artificial intelligence in various means. Yeah, I have so many times asked from transdisciplinary guys, could you let me know what are the subdomains of AI? The people don't want to study too much. They know artificial intelligence, but inside it there are so many subdomains like recommendation system if we are planning, expert system we are planning, natural language processing based, the deep neural network if we are, machine learning is the subdomain. So inside the one domain there are another so many huge knowledge is resting. Again, my same way to talk, no need to study code if your domain not tell you, but read something good for this. If it is Naive Bayes, if it is linear regression, if it is support vector machine, just try to read the gist of it. What's the mean of it? What are the important parameter while I have to write some research article? What is necessity while I'm reading AI in mental health? What kind of, if the people using or implemented via language way, then what are the parameter I need to take care with that paper? I want to take efficiency of that algorithm. I want to take what would be the mean square error, least mean LSTM. What would be the least mean square, mean I would like to prefer, median I would like to prefer, what kind of errors or what is the role of that error. Only we need to focus on those keywords in that paper and take those and create one table out of getting the gist if you want to write. So computer vision, machine vision, they all are the subdomain of artificial intelligence. So only AI is AI, generative AI is the part of artificial intelligence. So behavioral therapy, we need to, yes, physical therapy, the people are using so many machines, the one device which is with the our university as well, and by putting those on your on your face or somewhere on your head, they mentioned their position, and those are throwing the wave pulses, and they are first there is an initial process to make your mind calm, and later on they do through those devices we have a potential to read the mindset or brain waves through this. Okay, there those kind of devices, but most of the devices not made by India, those made by someone else, foreign companies. Yes, so we need to think on this, how physical therapies. But for applying AI, again, I'm saying there is a requirement of sensors. Yes, so many data through sensors we need to explore. Yes, any question till now, or my time is there? Oh, I think too much time I have taken. Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
How much time left, or I would like to wind it up.
Sir,
So 5 more minutes, 5 to 10 more
Okay,
minutes, max to max.
5 minutes I'm going to go
Sure,
for,
sure.
or 3 4 minutes. Don't worry. Yes, yeah. The titles I have just thrown over here. If anyone from this group interested to write one good opinion or review article on any one of the topic, I have taken not taken alone AI. I have taken all the aspects like fog based, edge based, cloud based, blockchain based, augmented reality. Yes, anyone who wishes to write the article, I'll assist him how to prepare the good article and will plan to go ahead with the good publishers. And prior to start study the paper, I'm not forcing to anyone, please pardon, but you need to understand the importance of publishers first. What article I need to prefer, which article I need to study. Google Scholar, if I'm just checking out any title by putting the keywords, then it will just open any one of the journal which is indexed with the Google Scholar. And you know, Believe me, out of first screen, if it's showing 20 article, out of 20, sometime 18 articles are not for your use. But in absentia of your knowledge, you will read the articles those have no meaning, know where those articles exist. Okay, so I have just placed for a help the name of the publishers, because the first step to go for startup, go for your entrepreneurship, go for an it's the journey of 1 year, 1.5 year to go with or start with your product. Prior art is very much necessary, and where we have to, yes, where we have to start, what kind of publishers. Please, these are the publishers. I have just explored the top, maybe few left. Please go with this Nature, Springer Nature, Elsevier, Valley. Everybody knows, great. But we need to only, in a Google Scholar, kindly see the publisher name. That is always mentioned. If it is by the Elsevier, then that is fine to take to read. But that should not be published in conference. That should be published in general only. IEEE, it's a big shot with the automations or electrical solutions, and world lead by IEEE in every mean. At your home, if you see, I think more than 10 plus the gadgets or the all electrical fittings, your fans, your fridge, your washing machine, your water cooler, your yes, purifier, all rules which is world lead by IEEE group. The size standard that is made by those. So if anybody creating the solutions, the size they need to follow by the standard IEEE. So please go with this IGI Global. Yes, so many senior authorities, senior people knows all this. They maybe only read the general article of these and try to create a gist article, the topic which I have shown. Now this is the few list of the publications. If anybody wants to read it, I'll supply my PPT. These are the publications I have just initially taken. Uh, uh, Stress detection, stress monitoring, Parkinson disease, so many things we did it. Real facial emotions we implemented in a way of prototype, and then start writing good article over there. Obvious, the MOOC 5.0, it's a not started yet. हम लोग fourth revolution में हैं, and we are approaching or writing, trying to write in the fifth talk of fifth revolutions. So please, this is the few publications and link I have shared. If anybody wants these, I'll share with you guys. Yes, thank you very much. And sorry for any words or any mistake which I have done during my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
sir.
Dr. Rajesh, for a wonderful, wonderful presentation as always. It is always a feast to listen to your words. And as far as the academic and research community is concerned, I think they have gathered a lot of knowledge today regarding innovation, research, models, and especially the models that we have to follow in the healthcare industry. Rita ma'am, over to you. Okay. Yes, Ms. Shikha, you wanted to say something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Rajesh. Your presentation was very insightful, and the talk was the presentation and the visuals were very clear, to the point, and it was well structured and engaging. And I would love to, collaborate sometime on some of the opportunities that you discussed at the end of the slide regarding some writing some articles, etc. So please do let me know. And overall, wonderful and insightful presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sika madam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sneha, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful talk. Now I would like to invite our next eminent speaker, Professor Dr. Rupali Sharma. Dr. Rupali is a senior professor at IPES, Amity University, Noida. She has over 25 years of experience in teaching, research, and counseling. Dr. Rupali will highlight how AI is pushing the boundaries of research and offering innovative tools to explore emotional well being more effectively in her session on advantages of AI in research. So, I would like to welcome ma'am.
Thank you for the welcome. I would request to share my slide.
Yes, ma'am.
So as the today the for the session, the topic it has been given to me is advantages of AI in research. Though my previous speaker has said discussed a lot in regarding to research, so I hope I will be adding on something, not that much, but in the regarding to social sciences or in the research, which are the basic things, which through AI we are getting very help from it from the AI, and how we can use and utilize. We can utilize also, and there can be some challenges also. So I would be discussing both in my session. So as we are saying for AI, lot have been discussed since yesterday. We are discussing, and lot knowledge has been given to all the participants, and I have also learned a lot from the from the speakers, eminent speakers. So when we say artificial intelligence, so all we are aware of what is artificial intelligence. Now, when we say artificial intelligence, we can say it is a capacity of computers to perform activities, and these activities either it is a problem solving or decision making or another techniques, but it is in lieu of human intelligence, because we are using AI in lieu of human intelligence. So when we do now, and with the development of AI, with the innovation of AI, now what has been helped, what has it has been added to us, it's a new arena. It's a possibility which has opened to all of us, and it has opened for the risk in the area of research also. Now in this, in research, we can say a new era of discovery has started, and which has been in the partnership between the human curiosity and the intelligence capacities of a machine. Because what is AI? It's a machine learning. So it's a relationship between, we can say it's a relationship or it's a partnership between human curiosity, and it is an intelligence capacity of a machine which we are merging together. And research, now backed with stronger data analytic tools, predictive modeling, automation, allows us, the scholars and researchers, to predict and understand patterns. Now we are able to understand the complex systems which we were not able to do as a human being, but with the help of AI we are now able to understand the complex systems also. And it's an innovation. And this has been, we can also say that there has been a rapid growth of AI application in the research, particularly because this concept has started developing since 2015. So the frequency, please be on the previous slide only, the previous to this. So now, since the frequency of AI has related publications, so through this the publication has increased. The papers have notably received more citations, indicating a rising recognition of AI values in scientific discovery. So, and we can also say AI is not in a particular field, because till now we were thinking that it is only in the science and technology area or engineering area, but no, it is not so. Now we can see now AI has applied in various fields. It is in the various fields, we can say in the fields of health area, it is in the area of, it is in a health area. It is also allowing us for faster discovery. It is in the social science also, in interdisciplinary collaboration also. So AI is now in each and every field. Now, when we talk of the AI, there are some statistics which I want to share with you. As we say, for the statistics which we are sharing, I am sharing it, and this statistics is which I am sharing, I have taken from the artificial intelligence powered respiratory manager, which they have done a survey, and in this survey they have found that according to the AI, what is the advantages of AI? Now, according to the advantages of AI, they are saying due to AI, increase the sale has been increased, it is 19.6%. Then save cost, we are saving the cost, it is 25.3%. Then improve customer relationship, it is 30.8%. Streamlining job processes, then reducing response time, which the queries, customer queries and etc., the time has been reduced. Then increase productivity, that is the maximum percentage we are getting, 43.1%. So increase productivity. So we can say each and every area, whichever area we say, either health area or science technology area or research area, whichever area we are saying, AI is helping in each and every area, and the percentage is largest, 43.1%. Then it has also enhanced the decision making powers, it is coming to 39.4%. And the errors, now the reduce the risk errors, that is 35.3%, because whatever error we were doing, the human, it was being done by the human being, or we were doing it because due to complex conditions, so we were not able to handle it. So now AI is helping us. Now we'll be coming to the second slide, next slide. Now in the next slide, we'll be discussing some of the relevant tools. There are some of the tools in research, which AI tools which are being used. So we can say one is one tool is one tool we are doing is Perplexity. Now what it means, it is the AI chat box design. It is a tool which is designed to deliver the reliable, up to date answers, and drawing on a variety of high quality sources. So it helps us to it helps us to update our answer, we get up to date solutions to it. And these are quality sources including scholarly sources. Then it also include interactive research mode that ask us and to clarify. If you ask us to clarify, we get the clear clarifications, we get the questions, whatever questions we are asking, that AI guides us. And also AI, it is a AI search process which finds us the best answers, and also offers a list of related questions and references. Whatever we are asking, the AI helps us in through this tool, not only what we are asking, also the related questions which we have, or the references which we have, that will add on to us, that also we get from this AI tool. Then the next AI tool is Consist. Now in this AI tool, this is a research engine. Now this is a research engine which uses AI to search over 200 million scientific papers. So what a help a researcher can get, and deliver reliable evidence-based answers that are actual, and that are through actual studies, which are related to the actual studies which has been done, and that AI helps us to get it. And it also provides summaries of top articles, which and it analyzes that, it makes us easier to understand complex research, because that is not possible if we on our own, if we try to search researches or the previous reviews, previous literature, it will not be possible to get so large number of researches. So it's a great help for the researchers. Now the next tool which is of the AI which is helpful in research is Elicit tool. Now this tool is we can say it's a search assistant for researchers and academicians both, that helps to conduct literature review. The literature review is an important part of the research, and without this we cannot move further. So that plays a very important role. On the basis of the literature review only we work further, we find out the gaps, we decide what we have to do it. So through this AI tool, it helps us to conduct literature reviews by identifying relevant researches papers on a topic, and even we get a summarizing key points. What are the key points of those researches, those research reviews which we are taking according to our topic, which this tool is helping us. Now there is another tool, that is Cite. Now in this tool, the Cite, this is a platform which help us, the researchers, to find and understand research articles through smart citations, through uses access to full text articles, and it also deep learning. It tells us about the detailed articles which we have, and it also tells how many times an article was cited. Means we get the citation, because from the citation only we get how much that article or that work has been recognized, why this particular article has been used again and again, it has been cited by other researchers, because there is something in that article or some innovation has been done. So through this tool, we get the proper citation of that article, how many times it has been cited and from where it has been cited. And also article provides also provided supporting and the evidence is also related to that article. Now next we have semantic scholar. Now when we talk of the semantic scholar, now this is AI powered research tool for scientific literature. It is semantic scholar, helps us researchers to understand a paper at a glance by extracting meaning and identifying connections from within papers. Now with the paper, with a particular paper, how what meaning the paper is getting it, or in a summary we can get the gist of that paper. And it indexes over 200 million academic papers sourced from publisher partnerships, data providers, web crawls, etc. And this is a free tool which can be used by the researchers. Then we have Research Rabbit. Now, what is Research Rabbit? This Research Rabbit is we can say another term is used for this is Spotify of research, or it uses or create, it's a collection of academic papers that the software can learn from, and it can give relevant recommendations to us. It also visualizes scholarly networks in graphs, so it's possible to follow the work of specific authors or topics. Then we have Chat PDF. Now Chat PDF, it is a chat box, and it's a chat box which is designed to help the researchers. They can, through this they can read, they can analyze, they can extract answers from research papers, and simply they can upload a file. Chat PDF will generate a short summary of the paper, and it will provide examples of questions it can answer based on the full test. If you find out, and whatever answers you have, whatever questions you want, you have raised and you want the answers for those questions, this tool will help the researchers to get the answers from that particular paper, from that particular article. Then we have Paper Digest. Now Paper Digest is a AI based article summarization service. Now what is the aim of this AI tool? And the aim of AI tool is this helps the researchers to quickly grasp the core idea of a paper and help them decide whether it is worth reading. Now in the starting only, because what happened when we are doing as a human, when we are doing the researches, when we are reading the researches, we read the whole article, we read the whole detailed article, and after reading we find from the article it is only 1%, 2% it is helpful for us. So it's a we are getting a, though it's a learning, but it's a waste of time also. But through this article we can get a core idea, the basic concept of that particular paper, and from that it is very helpful for the researcher, that the researcher can decide that it is worth, I should read a whole article, or it is not relevant for me, or it is only relevant 1% or 2%. So it's better to go to those articles which are more relevant for me. So that is the advantage of this tool. So in a way that there are 7 to 8 tools which are AI is using, and these all tools are helpful in the research area. Now we'll be coming to the next slide. In the next slide, we'll be discussing about the artificial intelligence and academic research. Now, in which area the research, artificial intelligence is helping? So research process can obtain support from artificial intelligence throughout the cycle. Means what are the different steps which we do in research and how AI is helping? We'll be discussing in this. So now it is hypothesis generation, because whenever we do any research, when we are coming to a research, we are doing it, first we find out what area you want to work it, what are the objective behind it, and then what is the research gap. So on the basis of the research gap, we frame our hypothesis, we frame our objectives and hypotheses. So in this, when we take the help of artificial intelligence, so artificial AI helps us to automatically generate research questions which are based on the given data set, whichever data set is available, and a topic that can serve as starting point. Now this is for researcher to refine and develop their intro and their hypothesis. It can help in this way. Then next, when we do our hypothesis, we do our basic concept, we write it, then we come to literature review. Now when we come to literature review, the what help we can get from AI is this the literature review it helps us the process by analyzing and summarizing a body of literature. Then we have identifying relevant trends, patterns, then gaps in existing knowledge. So whatever this we'll be doing, but in a short duration, AI can help us in finding out all this. So it will be better for us to work on the literature review. Then next come, after we have done literature review, we have done hypothesis, then we next come to data analysis, because we have to collect data to interpret or the research. Because what is the research? In research, the basic thing is to collect the data. Either whichever way we are collecting, that is the basic thing, because we are doing primary research. So in that, when we talk of the data analysis, because we have to analyze first, we have collect the data, but without the analysis we cannot move what that data is telling us, what that data is helping us to do it. So without that we cannot move it. So when we come to so now in this data analysis, what it helps us, how AI helps us. Now AI helps us in processing and analyzing large data sets, because that is not possible for human being to collect it. Through AI, we have a large data set and making it easier to identify. It also helps us to identify the emerging trends in a short duration. We can understand, we can get the what are the emerging trends in that particular area in which we want to work in. And even it also tells what is the if whatever variables we are taking, whatever researches we are doing, what is the relationship between those variables, what are the outliners, and what are the other patterns which can be followed in data analysis, and what data analysis telling it, how it can be analyzed in a proper way. Then it is experimental design also. Now in this, through AI algorithm, it can assist the researchers in designing experiments by suggesting variables, by methodologies, by potential outcomes based on the existing data. So it will be a great help when we develop a design of a research. Then communication of the findings. Now in this, AI can assist in drafting, then it proofreading, then editing research papers. So this is a great help for the researchers, because it can help in a short duration, that it can do the drafting also, it can do the editing part of your of the research paper which we are finding it, as we have discussed in the previous, in the research tools also. Then next is AI also help the researchers in the collaboration and networking. So now when we say of the researchers and collaboration, how it can help us, that it helps the researchers to connect with peers, to collaborators, to experts in their field, fostering interdisciplinary collaboration and knowledge sharing. So through this, we have a limited source. Through this only we can do it, as a previous eminent speaker so generous, he has said that he is working on the AI and anyone can join. So through this modes, a human can know. But through AI, if we take the help of the AI, what AI will do, AI will help us, it will help us, the researchers, to connect to the peers who are working in that area, the other people who are the experts, not only the people who are working in that area, but the people who have worked in that area, who are the experts. So that will be a great help for the researcher. And also apart from this, we also get the help of the interdisciplinary collaborations, and we can also have knowledge sharing, because that is a great help. We can have the knowledge sharing also, and through knowledge sharing it will be great help to add on to it, or we can also give further suggestions to a future researcher also. Now there are some other we are also saying AI helps in the literature review also, as we have discussed in this. So this we have already discussed, that how it will help us the literature review. Now it helps us by speeding up the review process. AI also allow researchers to compile comprehensive, up-to-date literature review from more efficiently, enabling them to focus on critical analysis and the synthesis of new idea. So this is also add on how it helps in literature review. Then we can also help, as we have also already discussed out, it helps in testing the hypothesis. So when it helps in hypothesis the developing the hypothesis, or formulation of the hypothesis, of testing of the hypothesis. So when we it can be said that in social sciences, now how AI helps us in social sciences, it helps us by analyzing vast database to identify hidden patterns, correlation, then trends that may not be immediately obvious to researchers, that we are not able to find it, but we can take with the help of the AI, we can help it in the social sciences, it can help in this way to us. Machine learning models can also suggest us to potential relationship between variables, helping researchers to generate new hypotheses, how we can develop, how can we can make new hypotheses. It also helps us, allow us more efficient testing of these hypotheses, how these hypotheses can be tested, what methods can be used to test these hypotheses through. And how it helps us, this AI helps us through stimulations, through predictive analysis, analytics, then statistical analysis, then providing deeper insight. It is giving more extra insight to us, to the researchers, into human behavior, into social structure, into cultural phenomena. These all things which play important role in the research. So AI helps us to develop these things, so that we can develop new hypotheses, innovative hypotheses, and it also the ways how we can test the hypothesis. Then also AI helps us by automating data analysis of and it also offers us predictive capabilities, what can be prediction to it. Then AI also enhances the accuracy. Also it helps us to the scope of hypothesis testing. What is the scope, what is the how much scope it is. If we have larger scope, then we'll be going to that hypothesis. If we have lesser scope, then we'll have to decide accordingly. So it's a great help for the researchers, because sometimes we frame the hypothesis, then we find it after something, when we are testing it, we find it, oh, we have done a mistake, but in that case we cannot come back. But this is will if we take the help of the AI, it will be a great help for the researchers. It also helps us to leading to more robust conclusions and opening new avenues for social science researches. More avenues can be opened up in the social science area if we take the help of the AI. Then we can come to the next, the what help AI is giving to us is transforming peer review and publications. Now this is the most important part in the research, because what are the other reviews which has been done by other researchers, previous researchers, and what are the publications which are in this area. They help us because they are very important part of our research, and because without this we cannot move further. So what AI helps us? Now AI helps us in transforming the peer reviews and publication process by streamlining the task. Now how AI helps us in streamlining the task? By such as manuscript screening, then plagiarism detection, then also quality assessment. Now what is the quality of that, what is the plaque percentage of that particular research which which we are doing it, which we are finding it. Then the screening, as we have discussed in the AI tools, that they are tools which summarize and which only gives the core content of that research or that publication of that paper. And also AI tool can, it helps us. How it helps us? It helps us to quickly evaluate the originality, the relevance, and the structure of the submissions. So what it helps through this, it reduces the workload of human reviewers. So what we have to do on our own, AI helps us in this, and the time is also consumed will be very less. Then we have additionally, we can say AI also helps us to identify the potential conflicts of interest. Sometimes we have so much of conflict, we are not able to decide what to do. And lot of time we waste in it, or time is gone because in research time is very important. So most of the time we are searching it, we should do this, we should do this, we should do this. So through AI, the potential conflicts, the conflicts which are coming in a researcher can be solved through AI. Also, AI helps us. It suggests us that what is the suitable review based on the expertise. Then by also it also helps us by automating initial checks, because the checks which can do we can do in the initial stage only, which saves our time. It also speeds the review process, ensuring faster turnaround times for authors and publishers. It also helps us while human judgment remains essential. So we have enhances the overall efficiency, accuracy, fairness of the peer review process, and it also now all this, when we have all this in a proper, in an authentic way, what will happen? It will happen. It will ultimately improve the quality of the public research, published research. Whatever research we are publishing, our quality will improve from this. Now, next we'll be coming to the next is cost reduction. Now, from all this, I will not be going in detail in this, because from all this we are discussing through AI, we are reducing the time, we are reducing the human. So in a way, indirectly or directly, we can say AI is helping us to reduce the research cost. How it can be reduced? By automating time incentive tasks such as data collection, then processing, then analysis. This all takes the investment, financial investment is also there, and it takes researches. When we use tools, when we use another techniques, we have to invest money. So through AI, the cost is also reduced, time is also reduced, cost is also reduced. It also helps the researcher to complete projects more efficiently. And machine learning can handle large data sets and complex calculations, and that would traditionally require significant manpower. If we do traditionally, it will require a manpower and resources. When we use resources, the cost is related to it. But if we'll do through AI, these things can be reduced. It is also AI also helps us to streamline the repetitive tasks. Sometimes we do the task which we are doing, it is repeated twice, thrice, many times. So the cost and time is also taken, but through AI, we can stop and we can streamline the repetitive task. Then also the extensive human labor, it can also be reduced. So when we are using human labor, the cost is related to us, that whatever person is giving help to us, that person will take the time that person is giving, the work that person is doing, we have to pay for that person. So that will also be reduced. So in the field, in other fields, or in all the fields, the AI helps us to identification of potential compounds, saving both time and money. Now we can come to we can say, in a short, we can say AI helps us to minimize errors, reducing time spent on the manual task. Now we'll be coming next to the other, apart from this researches in this we are doing, there's another help also we are getting from AI. Now we can come to data processing, because when we do analysis, we have to do for data processing. So AI, what helps is AI helps us in processing by advanced techniques. We are doing machine learning techniques, helps us to analyze vast amount of data quickly and accurately. Now, when we are doing traditionally by data processing, it can be time consuming, and we can have human errors also. Now, AI also helps us to identify patterns. Then we detect the generate insights with greater speed, allowing researcher to focus on the interpretation and innovation rather than data management. Because most of the time we are busy, or the researcher is busy, how to manage the data, how to collect the data, how we have to do it. So instead of that, if we take the help of the AI will be helping us to focus more on the interpretation and innovation. And that will be a great contribution of the researcher to the society, which we are not able to give full time if we are not taking the help of AI. Now, also when we talk of the AI, we also say that AI is especially beneficial in the fields, another fields also. It is also helpful for drawing meaningful conclusions and making informed decisions. Now we'll be coming next, how data, the AI helps us. AI helps us in the speed and efficiency and data analysis. This we have discussed a lot from the previous. I'm discussing again and again that it helps in the time is less, cost is less, and naturally when it is so strong machine learning we are getting it, so support we are getting it, so efficiency will already be there in the data analysis. So there will be, we can have with the help of the AI, we will have the we will exceed the human capabilities, and then drastically reducing the time required for the data interpretation. Also time sensitive fields we'll be having, we'll streamline the complex analysis, so we'll be having more accuracy. Now next we'll be coming to reduction of human error. Now when we do this, we have discussing time is their speed, and then third important thing from AI is human errors, because when we do as a human, we can commit errors. So when we using the help of, we are taking the help of AI, so AI reduces the human error. How it reduces the human error? It through data processing, by the prone, which are the mistakes which are commonly done by the humans, such as data entry, analysis, interpretation. Also, so with when we take the help of the AI, they precisely do the calculations, the processes, eliminate the biases or inconsistencies that can arise from manual handling. When we are doing it as a human, we are doing it, these things can be controlled through AI, so human error can be controlled. Apart from this also, when we control the human error, it will help to have more accuracy, more reliable research outcomes, and particularly in the areas, so it will have overall quality of data, because AI can detect and correct errors that might go unnoticed by humans. Sometimes some errors, some things we do not do intentionally, but they are not come in unnoticed and they can go it, these mistakes can be committed, but through AI these mistakes can be stopped, these errors can be stopped, and overall this will improve the quality of the data. When the human error will be minimized, there will be enhance, there will be more credibility, validity of the research finding across various disciplines. Now next we'll be coming to the implications, ethical implications, because we are doing it, all this we are doing it, but there are certain implications also, when ethical implications also when we use AI. Now when we use AI, the ethical implications, first we can say impact on workforce disparities. Now what we mean by this, when we say AI, it becomes more integral to research. It may be existing disparities, it may in the research force group that have been historically underrepresented in science may benefit less from AI advantages, raising issues of equality and inclusions. So there can be disparities also when we are working AI. Then demographic disparities also, because different areas have different utility, different advantages, or different benefits we are having it. So there are long standing concern regarding AI, that about demographic disparities. Now suggests that disparities may correlate with the benefits derived from the AI. Now this indicates a need. Now this indicates us that there should be more awareness, there should be more and actions to ensure that AI advantages are accessible to all groups within the community, because in some area AI is used in a large way, in some areas it is not so. So there are disparities, so people who cannot use it, who do not have proper training, proper awareness, they will not be take the benefit of this. Then there can be biases also, unintended consequences also, if we are using AI. Now, AI may introduce potential biases, create unintended consequences in generation of scientific knowledge. But there is a risk also. What is the risk? That the biases could affect the research outcomes, the validity of research findings. So this is also, we have to control it. We have to see it before using the AI. Then need for continuous monitoring. When we use AI technologies evolve, there is a necessity for continuous monitoring for their impact on the fairness, even on the equity in the research. This ongoing assessment is crucial how it is crucial to address any emerging concerns or practices accordingly. So we have to continuously monitor whatever. We cannot be totally dependent on AI. We have to keep a check on it, so that we can do not do anything impact, or it cannot be, it should be fair, everything should be true. So we have to keep a check on it also, because more technology we are using it, more complexities are there. So that will same for AI. Then collaboration and training, when we are using in this, what ethical implications are of AI, that when we do in the research, collaboration between the domain experts and the AI researchers is enhanced. It can be enhanced when we have AI training across the disciplines. So all should have the training. Without training, we will not be able to use properly the techniques of AI. And this approach will be helpful in migrating the disparities, or ensure that all researchers are equipped with the AI advances effectively. That it is not possible. It is not till now. We are also trying it, doing it. So these are the some ethical concerns, implications which we can have when we are using the AI. The researchers are using the AI. Now, next, we'll be coming to, because till now we have seen the advantages of AI, but there are certain challenges also. There are certain things also which we are facing, problems also we are facing with AI, and that is same with all the technologies. The more it is complexity, more challenges we are facing it, because we are in a learning phase of AI, initial phase of AI. So there are many challenges also which a researcher or in research we can face through AI. Now, there the challenges which we are facing can be a data dependency, because we will be dependent on AI. So due to dependency, what we can have, we require large amount of high quality data for training. Inadequate or biased data set can lead to inaccurate or skewed results. So we have to check it, that so we need a proper training to know that whatever AI is giving us, that is a high quality data. We cannot totally depend on AI and by say, oh, this has been given to us, we should follow it. No, we have to have a proper training, proper knowledge to check it, that what AI is giving us, it is not inadequate, or it is not biased data set which we are depending on. Another challenge which we face is lack of transparency. Now, in many AI techniques, especially deep learning models or functions as black boxes, or it make us difficult to understand or explain their decision making processes. How to that decision that AI has come, how to that decision has been come, we are not able to link, we are not able to know the in between process. We are only told the end result. So that is also a great challenge. We need to know it, we need to know it properly. Then ethical concern, that we have already discussed, that there are ethical concern that in the present, in the data, leading to ethical issues in social sciences, healthcare, legal fields. These, because we are in social area, social sciences, we are dealing with person, we are dealing with people, so we have to be more particularly concerned. We have to particularly more careful in the area of social sciences, when we are dealing with the people in the day, we dealing in psychology, in other areas also, and healthcare and legal fields. Now, there are another challenges also which we can have through AI. Now, cost and accessibility. Now, implementing AI system requires substantial financial and technical resources, which may be inaccessible to smaller research teams. As we have discussed before, also ethical, there's a demographic disparity. So this is the great challenge, because if we are using, it is not possible that it is accessible to all. So in some area who are more advanced, or the person who can afford it financially, they can afford it, they can use these AI techniques. But if it is not accessible into small areas, especially when we talk of India, it is not possible in the rural areas, in the other areas, that this can be techniques can be used by all, because we do not have proper available techniques available, proper methods available, proper lab available where we can use these AI techniques. Then also over reliance, because we are overly depending on it. We can say blind faith, we cannot do it. It is on AI. Because if we rely heavily on AI, this can lead to underdeveloped underdeveloped critical thinking or critical creative problem solving in research. So we can face these issues when we are using AI. This is a challenge in AI. Then generalization limit. So AI model are often specialized for specific task and may also struggle. There can be a struggle to generalize well across different domains without human interventions. So whatever we are getting through AI, it can be generalized. But when we do research, when we are working it, we see the cultural area also. We see what sample we are taking, what participants we are taking. So these things are also, these are the some of the challenges which we are facing it. Now I'm also sharing the references or the sources from where I have taken the help of. These are the references, because without this it is not possible to give each and every detail on our own. So these are the references I have taken the help. So now I have come to the end of my session, and I hope I have justified what work has been given to me, what responsibility has been given to me by Speaking Cube. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a wonderful presentation. And I hope that our budding psychologists, they are being benefited by this presentation. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Over to you, Sneha.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening us on the advantages of AI in research. And your session has given us a clear understanding of the innovative tools that we can use in our research. And we truly appreciate your time and expertise. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you giving me the opportunity so I can share whatever knowledge I have. So thank you. And all the best to all the participants and more learning. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I am delighted to invite our next speaker, Professor Dr. Shriram Pandey. Dr. Shriram is a distinguished academic and researcher, currently working as an associate professor and head of the Department of Library and Information Science at the Central University of Haryana. With over 14 years of extensive experience in academia, Dr. Shriram has held key positions at various esteemed institutions such as Banaras Hindu University, MLS University, etc. Sir will conduct a workshop on use of AI tools in researches. So I would like to kindly request all the participants to give their full attention during this session. Your engagement will enhance your understanding and provide you with valuable insights that can greatly benefit your research. So let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Shriram.
Thank you, Sneha, for the generous introduction. I'm thankful to Deepika Madam and the Uttaranchal University for giving me this opportunity to share my experience on AI tools for research. So basically, AI tools has, as the previous speakers said, that it has several aspects that you need to be considered, like ethical dimension and so many other aspects. But I would say that AI is very helpful, and if you use this tool ethically, it may add a value to your research, and it will enhance your capability and productivity of research. So I'm going to talk in a brief that how practically we can use AI for writing reviews paper, especially the systematic literature review. If you find across all these domains, this has become a very trendy topic, and there are very few experts are there who are really uh, give you a demonstrations that how practically systematic literature can be conducted, because this is not related to a psychology or any specific domain. Originally idea has been started from a medical science, and they are very good in conducting the meta analysis. And so I'll focus brief about that how these systematic reviews can be conducted and how you can write a systematic review paper using AI. So with the permission of chair, I'm going to share my slide, and please confirm whether it is visible or not. My slide is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Shall I continue? Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So what is, because I have time is very limited, so I have to confine everything within a time frame. So I'll be basically covering the four aspects. That is, first I'll be discussing the differences between the literature review and systematic literature review, and why SLR is important for us. Then I'll be discussing that a standard um review papers, which is known as systematic review paper format. Then I'll be discussing the techniques and standard protocols for conducting systematic literature review. And there are lots of tools. Most of the tools are emerged as AI tools. So we are going to use AI into it, and then I'll be telling you that how you can analyze and interpret the data using AI. So AI is very good, but how you can use ethically, okay? So ethical aspect is there, that human intervention would be always there while writing a research paper. So if you are conducting the way I'm telling you, you could have a very good review paper, and AI plays a very important role into it. Okay, so let us have a brief about why SLR is important for us. What is the purpose of conducting systematic literature review? So purpose of conducting of literature review is to find out what information is already exists in the field. The problem with the existing literature review, that although we claimed that we are identifying all the information and developing and finding the research gap, but simply I have seen that all these PhD theses and these research papers, these studies are only based on pick and choose method. So you have downloaded few papers from any of the database, including the Google Scholars, and you are claiming that you have mapped all the literature in the field. So by downloading few of the papers in pick and choose method, how could you claim that you have mapped all the literature in the field? So it is very much obvious that scholars and the in or writing in their thesis as a review, that it has been observed from the literature review that only few studies or the none studies or only limited studies are conducted in a particular domain. That's why your study is very significant and timely. But what you are doing, you are narrating stories of few papers that you have chosen through pick and choose methods. So that's why systematic literature came into the pictures. The another aspect is identifying gaps in the literature. Although the literature reviews claim that it identified the research gap, but in reality, these traditional techniques of reviewing literature are failed to identify the research gap. People are writing that they identify the research gap, but how only studying few of the literature and narrating the stories, how could you able to identify the research gap unless or until you will map all the literature in the existing field? So this is another dimension. Then to find out other people working in the field, again the problem is the same, that you have chosen few of these studies and you have to develop insight on the topic, who are the prolific researchers, so that you can refer their works. So you have chosen a few of the literature, you could not able to identify the who are the most prolific researcher in the field. And unless or until you will not able to identify the most prolific authors in the particular field, how could you refer their work? And it is obvious that I have seen many of the theses I evaluate, and I have seen that people, although they are their students are writing in their thesis the um, 200 pages or 150 pages of literature review, but they have not referred the seminal works, the classic work in the field. The whole idea is based on some of the few papers, but they have not referred paper because they have chosen only few paper which is available. So how you will able to identify the most seminal works in the field? That is another dimension. So most classics work. So every field there is some works which we can say that it is a classic work. So how could you identify? One of the parameters to identify a classic work, that the papers which are cited, highly cited. So how could you identify by using the few papers? So that is another dimension. Also, there is a problem that you have chosen few studies. How you can identify that what are the methodology and research techniques are involved in those research, so that you can develop your research methodology for your research paper or your thesis. And also, if you are choosing few studies, how you can identify the main areas, conclusion, theories, and how you can establish the relationship among the concept. In general, in narrative or narrower view of literature review, students and researchers are arranging those studies either thematically or chronologically or reverse chronologically. So it has no any correction between each study. So it failed to identify the research gaps. Okay, and so many other aspects which I have been narrated here. Okay, so in systematic literature review, the one aspect is very clear, that you will able to develop the context to the research. You will able to identify the research gap. You will able to identify the who are the prolific researcher. You will able to identify the most seminal works and the classic works in the field. And you can also develop the context to the research and relationship between or among the studies that we fail to do. So a traditional review of literature is just a narrative view. It is just a narrower view of research where we are just summarizing and evaluating the theory and practices. So we often arrange those research in thematic, evolution, or chronological time. A systematic literature review is different. It is a summary of all the literature available in a particular field and meet all the objective. It's helpful to meet all the objective which I have discussed in the purpose of systematic literature review, and it is surrounded. It is always start with the research questions. So it has a certain protocols, and it conducted in a manner which helps to identify all the existing literature, selecting those existing literature, appraising those literature, and synthesize all the research available in a particular area. So purpose of SLR is that it reduce biasness, because you have chosen few studies, so it lead to the biasness. It increase reliability of your work, as well as it gives a direction so that you can showcase the visibility of your work by correlating the findings. So it has two dimensions. Whenever you write any SLR paper, it has two main dimensions. One is descriptive analysis, and second is the literature classification. So two work you have to write in a systematic literature review. The another term which is used generally parallel to this systematic literature review, that is meta-analysis, and it is often known as SLRM, that is systematic literature review and meta-analysis. So it is nothing but when you deploy in the practice of a statistical technique like correlation, regression, these techniques, then your studies can be termed as meta-analysis. So meta-analysis is nothing but systematic literature review plus statistical methods. So if you look at what is the core difference here I'm demonstrating a table. You will see that in systematic literature review, it is based on certain protocols. Okay, it has been evaluated in some of the parameters, and if you'll find that if you want to the question answers of a question based on the research question you have given, then you should go for systematic literature review. And systematic literature review is always structured, and the study is helpful to find a question answer to the question. Traditional review of literatures do not follow any structure, and each researcher they are doing the review of literature in a the way which has been traditionally followed. Okay, so there is no standard technique to conduct a traditional review of literature. So often we do thematically, evolution types, or chronological time. So why SLR is important? Already I have discussed the in purpose of SLR. SLR is important because if you see the SLR, okay, in systematic literature review, the first important thing would be that it is easy to map existing understanding on any problem, because it is always start with the research question. We have to frame some of the research question. So it is easy to map the existing understanding on the problem. That is the first, because you are reviewing all the existing literature on a particular topic. The second is it follows a rigorous scientific methodology. That is very, very important. All the systematic literature review, okay, follows a scientific approach, which is known as PRISMA framework, okay, PRISMA guideline. Okay, so that's why it is very important that whenever you are writing SLR papers, it goes through a certain protocol, and that's why the chances of acceptance of paper is much high. Okay, easy and quick inferences can be drawn because it is based on certain data, and you are working on those data, so it can be easily analyze those data, and quick inferences can be drawn. And another important aspect of writing systematic literature review is that it can easy to publish. If you go around all these leading publishers and journals across the globe, you'll find that mostly, I have seen people are started publishing the reviews paper, a systematic literature review paper. I've seen many of in the field of psychology, people are writing a lot of review paper. That is a systematic literature review, and it is very easy to publish in a high quality of journal. And also it is important that if you know the techniques, you can conduct SLR in any domain. And SLR paper is very highly cited papers. In few years back, I published SLR papers in the field of education having impact factor of 5.5. Okay, and that papers within 2 years it got around 100 citation, because that is a systematic literature review papers. Okay, so sources of review, all these sources can be referred in, like you can refer the peer-reviewed journals article, because you have to map all the literature published on a particular topic. Okay, so you can refer all the peer-reviewed articles. You can refer the books and book chapters. You can refer the conference paper, or you can also refer the website of professional body. So all these sources are acceptable sources. But mostly people are conducting systematic literature review because they are generating trend on a particular topic on a journals article which has been indexed in a leading database like Scopus. Okay, so these are the acceptable sources for conducting systematic literature review. In systematic literature review, there is very important aspect that how you can develop, identify the which database that you need to search and what should be the search strategy. Because the database has its own language. So mostly researchers are committing mistakes that they are failed to develop the search strategies and search strength. So search query is important because each database has a different language. Okay, and search query should be developed in a way that be understandable by a database. So that is, you have to develop a search protocol in a way. So identifying a database, there are so many databases available, but you can refer. Okay, so this was one of the studies conducted by a researcher. Okay, and they had recommended that these 14 databases are very good to conduct systematic reviews, which has, like, you can if you are doing psychology based research, you can use clinicaltrials.org, PubMed, Scopus, and Web of Science. And there are so many others database which helps you to. PubMed is very good, and I have been conducted so many systematic reviews on using PubMed data, so that you can use it. You can also use Scopus, Web of Science, based on your availability. So developing search strategy is very important, and because, as I said, that database had its language, so you have to develop the search strategy in a way that the database understand that query. Okay, am I audible clearly? No
Yes,
issue?
sir, you are. Yes, sir.
No issue? Okay, thank you. So you have to develop a search query, and search queries required to add the operators in your topics and keywords. Just like I have taken examples. Okay, so I want to conduct a study, systematic reviews on burnout among nurses during COVID-19. Okay, so this was the topic. It can be your research topic. Okay, so what you need to do, that three-stage principle you need to follow. The first is you have to use the synonyms and abbreviations. That is very important because it is not always there that the search term that you are giving, generally you are giving your topic as a search term, because database don't understand your topic. It match with the keywords with the data sets, index data set, and it retrieve the result. So mostly it retrieve the irrelevant result. Okay, so you have to use the synonyms and abbreviation first, then you have to use the operator. The most common operator which has been used by most of the database is Boolean operator, that is and, or, and not operator. Okay, and then you have to use the qualifiers, that is you have to filter those result based on certain parameters. Just like you want to do the studies on Indian context, you have to limit the research in Indian context. You want to do research on a particular time frame, then you can limit the research, and there are so many other parameters I will demonstrate. Okay, so quickly I'm going through, okay, that how you can develop. So in this topic, you will find that there are three keywords. One is burnout, second is the nurses, and third is the COVID-19. So what I put, that I have written here concept 1, concept 2, and concept 3. Then I have to use the synonyms and abbreviation. So burnout has several synonyms word. You have to identify the broader term, related term, and narrower term. So stress, depression, frustration, nervous breakdown, emotional exhaustion are the synonyms word of burnout. Okay, then you have to identify the second concept, and similarly you have to write the synonyms word, like nurse can be termed as carer, caregiver, attendant, nurse practitioner, medical assistant, like that. In concept 3, coronavirus is known as several other words. So corona, SARS, COVID-19, coronavirus or coronavirus are the same word. And all concepts should be connected. So AND operator says that all concepts should be together in your results. Or operator says that if any of the concept would be present in the result. And not operator said that the last keywords would be eliminated from the result. So we have to keep all these three concepts. So I have to add AND operator. And by adding AND operator, this would be your, here you can see that this would be your search query. Okay, this is your search query. Okay, so this would be, I have added the first concept, okay, then second concept, and then third concept, and separated by AND operator. Okay, and all these synonyms word would be the OR operator, any of the concept. So this would be your result. Okay, so this way you have to develop your query, otherwise you will get irrelevant results. So this is the protocol, okay, that whenever you search a database, you have to develop the search string, and search string should be like that. And here I will demonstrate you that how you can frame the search string using AI. Okay, so just like this is one of the example. Time is very limited, so I have to go very fast. So this was the topic, and I have searched, if I'm searching a string search by quote, quoting means it takes one word. So I got 6313 result. And when I framed the query using AND or NOT operator, here I have said that legal aspect of economic condition of women at workplace. So I have added here the women who work in the workplace, work in the office or a factory, it will be considered as a workplace. But certainly women working in the home cannot be considered as a workplace. So that's why it has been added NOT operator. And further, I got 6870 result. And then I have refined those limit that result like economic conditions. So by economics, I have refined. So I got 271 result. And then in 271 results, okay, this example is from the Scopus search. So again, I have refined with the legal aspect. So I got 17 results. So you see, now I have to review only the 17 articles as a systematic literature review. And this is the highly precise result and directly connected to this. So this way, we have to develop the search string and search string. Okay, and AI play a very good role to develop a search string, which I will demonstrate in the later part of the slide. This I am skipping. Okay, I'm directly jumping to the systematic literature review papers format. So unlike all the papers, it also follows a structure, and it has the four component: introduction, methodology, result and interpretation, discussion, and conclusion. So it is similar to other papers, standard paper format. So in introduction, you have to write the existing knowledge on the problem, limitation of existing knowledge, and research questions. And this is the standard protocol, okay, which has been standard guidelines, which has been developed by Prisma. In methodology, you have to narrate the Prisma framework. So you have to narrate the search strategy, you have to identify the selection criteria you have developed, just like economic condition, everything I have demonstrated. And this is very important, that quality assessment. It is the problem with that all these data set, that whenever, although you develop a very good search query, it is chances would be there that it retrieves some of the irrelevant results. So you have to screen those results, whether that record which has been retrieved are relevant for your purpose or not. Okay, then you have to do the quality assessment, and then you have to extract those data using database. So in methodology, you have to simply write these 4 components. Okay. In result and interpretation, there are 2 parts. One is the descriptive analysis. Here you have to write year-wise publication, country-wise distribution, most cited papers, and most cited authors and journals. This is very crucial part. That is the literature classification. And it is often done by the subject expert. Just like being expert of review paper, I generally work on data, but literature classification is generally performed by the subject expert, because I'm not related to the psychology, so I don't know the real concept of those terminology. So it is the duty and it is the work of generally performed by the subject expert. And this work can be very easy, although it is very complex task, but AI perform this task very easily. So I'll demonstrate you. And in the last, in conclusion and discussion, you have to write the finding. You have to correlate your finding with the existing literature. You have to highlight the limitation of your researcher, and you have to set the future work of the research. So this would be the simplest paper structure format, which has been recommended by Prisma guidelines. Okay, so data analysis and interpretation already said that you have to do the literature classification and descriptive analysis. Okay, so in methodology, let me demonstrate you that you have to use the Prisma framework, and Prisma framework has 3 stages. Identification, here you have to identify the keywords, database, and record extraction process you have to do. In screening stage, you have to set the inclusion criteria and exclusion criteria. And in included, that is how many papers you are including for conducting systematic literature review, you have to write that. Just like this is the example I have taken. Just like I'm conducting a study which has been already published on online and distance learning in COVID-19. So I have identified, this is the 3 keywords I has. So I have developed a search query like this: online learning, distance learning, and COVID-19. Okay, and this work can be easily done using AI. So data extraction and analysis, you can use any of the data set like Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholars, or any of the 14 database I have shown. You can do the analysis using some of the software. There are very good softwares, like this one is very good, Bibliomatics and OSViewer. It is very good software for data analysis. For literature classification, you can use AI's based software. I will tell you it's a very good and free software. You can do the meta-analysis and literature classification using AI. And in report and finding, you have to write your own, that the way I have demonstrated in the SLR paper format. This is the Prisma framework, and already I have discussed. It has the 3-stage identification, that how many records you are screening, you have to write the number of duplicates. This is going to, you have to write the numbers of record, and you have to put this framework in the methodology of your research paper or your thesis review of literature topic. How many records has been screened, you can put here. Reports, if you are not including, just remove. There is no need to keep. And if you are removing those records, so you have to write why you have removed those records, irrelevancy of record. Then you have to, in the last stage, you have to include the number of studies that you are going to include. So this is the framework, Prisma framework. You have to use that. Okay. So in literature classification, generally once we download the data, we classify based on several parameters like theories, method, analysis, finding, and potential gap of each and every paper, so that we can identify the final research gap. Okay. So this is a very good method to classify the literature. This is one of the example that how we are classifying those literature based on Based on, you can see that based on the, so based on the problems, based on the context, based on the influences, based on the attitude and beliefs on a particular paper. Okay. So in discussion and conclusion, what you need to write, already you have discussed that you have to correlate the existing finding with your studies finding, and then you have to support the significance of your work, that how your work is going to impact on a particular domain and how it is going to add the value to research. Then you have to explain the finding, and then you have to describe the quality of the work that you have performed. So it is the four aspect I have demonstrated: that introduction, what you need to write; methods, what you need to write; in discussion and in data analysis and interpretation, what you need to write; and interpretation and the final part, that is discussion and conclusion, what you need to write. So there are four important things whenever you conduct any studies you need to write. You need to take care that you should have a clear research question in terms of what, how, when. Okay. And just like you have to you need to understand the key terms of the topic so that you can frame good research questions. So you have to, so that you can develop a good research stream. Okay. So, and one thing is recommended, that you should not include so many variables in one SNR. Otherwise, database won't retrieve a relevant result. If you have 2-3 variables, that is okay, but don't include so many variables in one systematic literature review paper. Okay, so these are the key steps already I have demonstrated, and there are so many softwares to conduct a systematic review, and these are the softwares I have listed and shared the slide. Basically, some of the AI softwares are very good. Basically, I'm using Rayan softwares, uh, uh, Jotero for finding the duplicates. Jotero or mainly you can use, and this is very good software to conduct systematic review. So I'll be telling you that that how you can conduct. So because time is limited, I'm directly going to demonstrate it how we can conduct SNRs. Okay. So I'm just stopping my slide. Okay. And I'm going to share again the way it can be done. Okay. So what I'm going to do, that first we will be developing a search stream. Okay. So let me go to my desktop. Okay. And I have taken one of the example. I will show you here. Okay. So this was the topic. Could you see? It is visible to you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the topic I have selected, the impact of social media on collective behavior and social movement in India, a bibliomatics and systematic review. Okay. So how it can be, we can go each to select the data, how we can develop the search string. So generally it goes in 10 stages. Okay. So first stage is you have to develop the search string. Okay. So let me develop the search string. Okay. So first, that you have to identify the keywords. So how many keywords you have? Social media, collective behavior, and social media. These 3 keywords you have. So let me use AI. Let me use ChatGPT to develop a search string. Okay. So I'm going to use ChatGPT. Okay. Develop the search string. And how I'm going to develop the search string, you can say. Okay. I have, this was the topic, social media on collect. There are three keywords. So you can develop a very good search string. What you need to write, that develop a search string, okay, on the topic okay. It has given you an idea to develop the search string, okay. Now it, if you, just like I'm going to use the scopus, okay, so add scopus, okay. Now it has given that how, in which context you are going to use, okay. Then for scopus database, okay. It has developed, you see, it has developed the search string, okay. Now you can copy this code, okay. Simply you go to the scopus, okay, go to the advanced source. Don't go just like I'm using scopus, okay. You can use any, you can use PubMed, okay. There is no problem at all. Here it has given a text, okay. Got it? Now you can search, this is the field, title, abstract, keyword, okay. You got the result. You got 12 document directly associated with it, okay. You can refine further, just like if you want to have more result, okay, then you have to use this chat GPT, okay. And then I have already done, I will show you that how I have done. This was the query I have made. You have to add the synonyms word so that it can use the synonym, just like this was, okay. So I have searched only the title. You can search any of them, just like this was already, it has been developed, but you have to use chat GPT, okay. So just like it has developed so many queries, you see. So based on the topics you are going to take, this is was the general search, but it has also specified so many other aspects. So whatever aspects you are going to take, it will develop the search, just like digital activism and collective behavior. So it has developed the search, so many search string it has developed. It is your duty and your insights ki aap kya le rahe, theek hai, you are, which one you are going to choose, okay. So this way, just like I have developed when I tried, so I have searched the title search. Title is very good. If you are getting very few results, then go for title keyword abstract. If you are taking title search, then you will have less result but very good result, okay. So it is based on, just like I'm using the my keywords that I have, and that has been, I have taken the three words: social media, social movement, and all, and collective behavior, okay. So this was the keyword. Let me search how many results I'm getting. You see 7960 result I'm getting. But basically this concept is related to the social science, so you can map here a computer science as well, okay. So you got so many results. Now you have to refine, just like first refinement criteria is you have to take only the English language. Okay. Okay. Then the second criteria you can go for, you are selecting only the article. Okay. The third criteria you can take that you are only going to take the social science discipline. It is based on you, the topic you have selected. Okay. So what I got, you have to select the result. Okay. As I search in title, okay. If you search in title, you will get result. There is only two fields which you need to use, title and title abstract keyword. Okay. If you are getting more results, not a very good result, then you can use title. Okay. So for demonstration purpose, I am taking a title. So I got only 2643 results. Then again, I can refine that I'm going to take only the articles, okay, in English language, in the social science discipline, or leave it subject area, there is no issue. And I want to conduct in Indian studies, okay. So again, I have to go to filter and limit the result, okay. So I got 80 documents which are directly associated with the Indian research on this topic. So you have developed a search string using AI. Now you have filtered the result. Now you have to export these results. Okay. So for exporting this result, you have to click here, CSV. Then you have to select the number of result. Then you have to select all the fields, at least these fields. Okay. You got 1 to 80 result I had. Then I have exported. Okay. So all the 80 records have been exported in Scopus format. You can use any of the database. You have to export the result in CSV format or a BibTeX format. Then you have to use another tool. These all records, which has been, first is identification. The second is the screening. Screening is very important. So how many records? You have to go through each and every paper and screen the results, whether it is relevant or irrelevant. Most of the time you will find that out of, if I'll go through these papers, there would be probability of around 30% record would be irrelevant for your purpose. Although you have developed a very good search string using ChatGPT, but this it will retrieve some of the irrelevant. None of the database will relevant, highly relevant result. Okay, because these keywords may be used in a different sense in a different research paper. Okay. Now you have to use this AI-based software, which is known as Rayan.ai software. Okay. And you have to use this Rayan.ai. Okay. So in Rayan.ai, you have to create your account. You have to write the details, just like I'm conducting SLR on social activism and social movement. Okay. Here you have to select the type, just like I'm conducting systematic review. Review domain, you can select any of these. I'm putting non-acrylic paper, and I'm putting, this is the test review. Okay. And just go for creating review. Once it has been created, you have to upload the data that you have downloaded for screening. You have to select, already I have downloaded. Okay. And once it will be downloaded, it will be down. here in this platform. It is a free software, but AI software, AI based software. Okay. So it will ask some of the questions. Okay. If you want to add collaborator, you can use collaborator. Just like I'm not from psychology domain, so I can add you, okay, as a collaborator, so that you can screen the result. Here, for demonstration purpose, I am skipping. Okay. So your records have been here. Your records have been extracted. Now you have to go to the review of your data. Your all records would be exported here. Some errors is coming. Maybe some internet connectivity issue, because it's a online software. Sometimes it gives an error. Okay. So anyway, time is limited, so I'm just going to demonstrate you. You can do it the same way. Sometimes it gives error, but I will have to look into it, that how many records have been imported. It may take some time. So I'm going to demonstrate you. I have done it. Okay. Just like this was the systematic review I am conducting, already have conducted. And this was the number of records I have imported. Okay. The better to download those records in BibTeX format. So if you have BibTeX format, so this software generally don't give errors. Okay. So same option you have to use here. Go to the export, select BibTeX format. Okay, that would be better. Okay. I'm just demonstrating you. This was my review, and here you could see that my co-authors have screened those results, and we have number of results here. The number of conflicts also is there. How we have done that? This was the reviews of papers that we have screened, and this was, okay, the screening result. How you are going to screen it, that is important. You will see that here you see that for each paper, all paper would be listed here. So you have to screen and you have to include or exclude with the result. Just like we have included, just like these three authors, okay, they have included, and it is also showing that he has not included and both of us has included. So just put included, excluded, or maybe, and if you are excluding here, you have to write the reason. Okay, you have to write the reason, like foreign language, background article, wrong outcome, wrong population. You have to review each and every paper. And you can also find the duplicates. Okay, so once the duplicates has been identified, okay, now you will get the less number of articles. Okay, just like you will find that in all these 80 articles, only few articles are dealing exclusive the methodology part. Other articles are not dealing the methodology part. Then you have to download the full text of those papers. Okay, although this is very good software and it will do the descriptive analysis based on it. You can export this data. Okay, from here there is the options. You can export and use it for descriptive analysis. For literature classification, it is always better to use another AI software. So just like I'm giving example, in 80 papers, you have, suppose that you found that 23 papers are exclusive dealing the methodology part. So rest of the articles are excluded. Okay, so only 23 you have included for final conducting a SLR. So in Prisma, you have to write that you have to identify these many records. You have screened and you are conducting SLR for only 23 documents. So for those documents, just like what I did, that for this, I have had an inclusion criteria for this paper. that I have taken only English language, only peer-reviewed paper, and only the article which was dealing social media and these concepts. What was the excluding criteria? That non-English publication I have excluded, non-peer-reviewed works I have excluded, conference paper, editorial I have included, and based on that, this research question has been framed, and this has been framed using AI. Okay, so one is the descriptive analysis, that distribution of publication over a year, distribution of publication in the journal, this I have framed, and these are the literature classification. So how you are going to do the literature classification, I am telling you. So what I did, that if all these papers that I have downloaded, okay, I found that on this topic, only 23 papers were relevant out of 80 papers, research paper I have downloaded. So I have used a download option, okay, and here you will find that 23 paper I have full text I have downloaded. So first part is very easy, descriptive analysis, okay, that can be performed using Rayan software. But literature classification, for that you have to use the pro version of Rayan. So better to use a free software which is very good for classification of literature. How we can do that? Then briefly I'm summarizing, then you go for this software, Notebook LLM. This software it is a Gemini based software. Gemini is the product of Google, and it is linked with your Google account. Okay, so whenever you are conducting any SLRs, just click on Notebook LLM, go to the new Notebook LLM. Okay, here it will ask to upload your articles. Okay, so here choose a file. I'm going to upload all these papers that I have downloaded. 24 papers I have downloaded. So it will be downloaded here. You will see how many. Can I take 10 minutes more?
Sir, actually, we are a bit running short on time.
Just in
So
5 minutes, I will
5 minutes.
summarize. Okay. So what I need to do, that I have downloaded all these paper, full text of the document for further literature classification. Okay. And how this literature can be classified, I don't have to read any paper. Okay, you can generate a very good tables based on these literature that I have downloaded. So just like I'm putting a query, okay, that I'm putting that you have to write. This is AI based software. Just like I'm putting classify, okay, classify based on following parameters in the form of a table. Okay, just already I have, just like you want to see these details of those papers: title, thematic focus, research methodology included with that, and technology focus. This is one of the literature classification I'm putting here. R23 paper, you will see that it will classify the results, okay, in the format. Just you have to paste those results in your findings, and you have to write the analysis of this table. Okay, you see that it has classified all these my literature. Okay, so this was the author's name, title. This is the way you will find all this systematically. Table has been generated. Although I would say technology focus, everything you see how beautifully it has been done. A human cannot be done. Okay, human cannot be do in a way it has been done. So simply you just copy and paste this table, and write that analysis. Okay, so this way it works. So thank you so much. I have demonstrated so far that how the data has been extracted, how the keys, these search query can be framed, how the screening can be performed, and how the literature classification can be done. So time was very limited, otherwise it's a very comprehensive topic. It takes some time, but I hope that it added something in your learning curve. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shriram. First thing first, for agreeing at the last moment. Second thing, for presenting so wonderfully, and this is a very valuable topic to all of us who are researchers and academicians, and the need of the hour. And our students who are using ChatGPT, they must know the right a style of using AI. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Over to you, Sneha.
Thank you so much, sir, for delivering such an amazing presentation and explaining research and statistics in such a simpler and clear way.
Thank you.
We
Thank you,
really
everyone.
appreciate.
Although it is a
We
very
really
comprehensive
appreciate your
topic,
time.
it takes time. Okay, it's
Yes,
not possible to demonstrate everything in 1 hour, but definitely, if you learn these techniques, you will write a very good review, and within no time. Okay, so use AI ethically for writing purpose and improve your productivity, research productivity. Thank you so much once again for the invitation. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate your time and efforts. So now, as we take a break for lunch, I also want to take a moment to wish all the lovely ladies and their partners who are celebrating Karwa Chauth today a very happy Karwa Chauth, and may your day be filled with love and blessings. So enjoy your lunch and please join at 2:30 p.m. sharp for the Q&A session on online counseling and telemental health and for the valedictory session. So thank you so much, everyone. Please have your lunch.
Candidates who have to present the paper, please join their respective links for presenting the papers. Bye, everyone. See you at 2:30.